Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a special Friday afternoon episode of Horror Week. We're going to do this in podcast form because I don't feel like being on camera today. So let's get started. I am joined by Tony Man, who is also going to help with a few reactions to today's articles. But
Yes.
before we get started, I do have some announcements in case you missed it. We just finished. Let's do that again. We just finished our podcast, what we watched last weekend, talking about Monkey Shines, Shakma, and Primate. So definitely check that out if you want to hear more about some killer primate movies and who would win if these guys had a head up against each other. But in addition to that, I have also reviewed 28 Years Later. You may want to check that out before the next edition of 28 Years Later. The Bone Temple comes out next week. And if you missed the first part of this, I did do Horror Week on Wednesday night, and we talked about some of the best movies and best moments in horror and sci-fi from 2025. Now, today we're going to get into, we have a couple more best ofs, but the majority of this show is going to be worst of 2025. So let's get started. Let me greet the chat. Mickey Latte is back. She says, hey, welcome
Hello,
back, Fo.
Fo.
Let's get into our first story. This comes courtesy of E! Online and is written by Haley Santa Florentina. Headline reads, Netflix addresses Stranger Things secret episode theory after series finale. Are you familiar with this secret episode theory?
Nope. I have no idea what the hell anybody's talking about with this. I haven't watched Stranger Things since season 2, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
My mic sounds like haven't watched it since season 2.
Well, apparently there's a fan theory that there may be one more episode.
Oh, well.
Are you moving your mic around? Because I can hear you
I'm
moving
done
it
now.
around.
I was trying to fix it, but yeah. I have heard the theory, but I thought it was a making of.
That's what I'm thinking of as well, but some people thought it was going to be an actual episode. But let's see what the article says here.
All right.
It is saying that Netflix finally set the record straight over a growing fan theory dubbed Conformity Gate, that there was a secret final 9th episode of Stranger Things to be released on January 7th. This article does contain mild spoilers. There will be no more trips to the Upside Down. Despite the online theory gaining continuous traction that Stranger Things season 5 did not actually come to an end with the episode 8, and that instead there would be a surprise 7th episode release on January 7. That would be a surprise 9th episode. Yeah, there's a typo there. Sorry about that. Turning everything once again, upside down. Netflix has finally set the record straight. As of the morning of January 7th, the bios for the official Stranger Things social media accounts read, all episodes of Stranger Things are now playing. Is that an ad that's playing, or is that still part of the video?
It looks like an ad.
Yeah.
Concept drawing or something.
What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pause it right here because that's distracting to me. So despite the conviction of many fans that the series conclusion was almost too good to be true, in a moment dubbed Conformity Gate online, Stranger Things as we know it is indeed concluded. But that doesn't mean the Stranger Things universe is done. In fact, there are a number of spin-off projects in the works. Not only will a documentary titled One Last Adventure, chronicling the making of season 5, released on January 12th, but there are 2 more projects heading fans' ways. The first, and they do have some more images down here. This one is of 11. The first is an animated series coming sometime this year called Stranger Things Tales of 85. The show will take place in between seasons 2 and 3 of the original series, following characters 11, Mike Wheeler, Dustin Emerson, Will Byers, Lucas Sinclair, and Max Mayfield, played by new voice actors, as they work to unravel the mysteries of the Upside Down. The second is an unnamed, bring this picture up and get this off the screen if I can. There we go. The second is an unnamed live-action series for which details are scarce. Those Stranger Things creators Ross Duffer and Matt Duffer have promised the project will answer some lingering questions left at the end of season 5. For instance, what exactly happened when Henry Creel, aka Vecna, in that cave that gave him his powers, connecting him to Dimension X's Mind Flayer? Quote, I do want to explain, just because people's expectations go in certain directions, the spinoff is going to delve into that and explain that, and you're going to understand it, Matt told Variety in an interview published on January 1st. But it's a completely different mythology. So it's not a deep exploration of the Mind Flayer or anything like that, he emphasized. It's very fresh and very new, but yes, it will answer some of the loose threads that are remaining. But despite
what I was gonna say, why couldn't you just add all that onto the last episode?
Yeah, or just make the season slightly longer and finish everything out. That would make more sense,
right?
But despite the connection to the original series, don't expect to see Millie Bobby Brown, Caleb McLaughlin, Finn Wolfhard, Noah Schnapp, Sadie Sink, or Gaten Matarazzo make an appearance in the spinoff, which the brothers confirmed they're still writing. I think they should do a spinoff with the little sister, Erica. Erica should get a spinoff show.
Yeah.
You don't know who Erica is. That's okay.
I do know who Erica is. And
all right, because you said it like
I've heard a lot. Like I've heard a lot of complaints.
Yeah, because they underutilize her. No common.
Okay.
No common characters, Matt confirmed. We're actually really excited, and it's very exciting to work with a clean slate, completely new characters, new town, new world, new mythology. But while the new series promised new information about how the Upside Down and Dimension X came to be, there are plenty of behind-the-scenes secrets of Stranger Things to tide fans over. After working on M. Night Shyamalan's Fox series Wayward Pines, brother writing duo Matt Duffer and Ross Duffer came up with the concept for Stranger Things, though it was initially called Montauk, which, are you familiar with the Montauk experiment?
No, but I'm familiar with the Montauk Monster.
Yeah, the Montauk Monster is part of the Montauk experiments. Nightmare Files did an excellent video about the Montauk experiments. They kind of go along with the Philadelphia experiments.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
But okay, yeah. So Stranger Things was originally called Montauk for that reason. It's very hard when your brain is latched onto a title. It's really, really hard to get people to agree and accept another title, Matt told the Daily Beast in 2016. Initially, when we came up with this title, Stranger Things, it was hard for people to embrace. And there is a picture of the Duffer brothers here.
I think that when they first came out, I think I was just interested in it because it took place in the 80s. And I really wanted to see how 80s they got it.
Do you know why the Duffer Brothers originally did Stranger Things?
No.
They initially wanted to make a TV series of Stephen King's It. And they couldn't get the rights to do that, so they created Stranger Things and to be a Stephen King-like story. And I think that's funny how while they were premiering their series finale, that HBO premiered It Welcome to Derry.
Yeah. That's kind of
and that's literally what the Duffer Brothers' initial intentions were to do. The article continues, the Duffers envisioned filming the series on Long Island, but it ultimately proved to be too challenging. We liked Montauk because we liked the coastal setting, and Montauk was the basis for Amity, and Jaws is probably our favorite movie. So I thought that would be really cool, Matt explained to Hollywood Reporter. Then it was really going to be impossible to shoot in or around Long Island in the wintertime. It was just going to be miserable and expensive. Atlanta ultimately became the home base for production. Now, why are they telling this half-truth? They said, we like Montauk because we like the coastal setting, and Montauk was the basis for Amity. You like Montauk because the Montauk experiments were government experiments on children in psychic ability.
Oh.
Yeah, if you look up Montauk experiments, that's what it is. It's a government facility where they had children, where they were doing these experiments on them. So why are they pretending like they did not get that from, like, when you start Stranger Things, what is 11 breaking out of? A government facility where she was a child being experimented on.
Well, only thing I didn't understand is why would you go down to Georgia when there is no cliffs and no ocean that you said you liked for Stranger Things?
Because there's sound stages and production. What do you call it? Like my mind is blanking.
I know what you're saying.
Studios. There's film studios and sets in Atlanta. Because Tyler Perry has the largest film studio in America now.
I was actually going to say, Mr. Chocolate probably.
Yes, Mr. Chocolate has his film studio that are bigger than Universal's back lots, bigger than Paramount barely has any space anymore. But yeah, is there anything else on here? Yeah, we got an old picture of the kids when they were kids. They're all grown now, but there they are. Before Netflix picked up the series, almost 20 networks passed on the project. According to Vulture, with executives believing audiences would not be able to invest in a show starring 4 children.
Boy, were they wrong.
Yep.
It's funny. I was going to say last Monday, I didn't hear. I just was listening to a review of the WWE, but they had a Stranger Things tie-in with WWE on Netflix. So that was weird. Okay, that's all.
To play 11, then 12-year-old Millie Bobby Brown had to say goodbye to her hair. Quote, "The day I shaved my head was the most empowering moment of my whole life," the actress reflected during Pally Fest in 2018. "The last strand of hair cut off was the moment my whole face was on show, and I couldn't hide behind my hair like I used to. As I looked in the mirror, I realized I had one job to do, inspire. You don't need hair to be beautiful."
Wow. And
then they show some pictures here. I'm surprised they didn't show Sigourney Weaver because I'm pretty sure she had to shave her head for one of the Alien movies. Says she drew inspiration from Charlize Theron and Mad Max Fury Road, as well as co-star Winona Ryder's old yearbook photos. Winona looked cool back in the day with the pixie cut she shared, and I thought maybe I could bring it back.
Very yeah. Just say you had to cut your hair for the role and leave it at that. Don't.
Well, no, I believe her because she was a child at the time. 12-year-old, they probably showed her pictures of actresses that cut their hair off for roles. And then she probably thought, oh, well, I can do that too. The British actress revealed she turned to a surprising source to perfect her American accent, Miley Cyrus's Hannah Montana. "It's so good," she told Jimmy Fallon during a visit to the Tonight Show. "Like the film, everything about it is amazing, and I got the American accent."
Huh.
Yeah, because people forget that Millie Bobby Brown is British.
I didn't even know she was.
To find their 4 main kids, the Duffer Brothers had the young actors audition with scenes from Stand By Me.
Huh.
It's amazing to see how much they grew in 10 years.
Yeah.
From 11, 12 to 21, 22-ish is wild.
Yeah, well,
when it came to fun,
No, I was looking at them and I was going to ask how old was Millie Bobby Brown? Was like 8, right?
12. I just read it to you. It's 12.
Okay, so she was 12. All right, so now she's all
right. When it came to finding their Mike, the brothers had a different idea for the character. That is until Finn Wolfhard auditioned. Originally, Mike was a sire. He was a dreamer. He was much more like Mikey in the Goonies in a lot of ways, Matt told Daily Beast in 2016. But Finn had this really anxious, twitchy energy about him. And we thought that was really great. And we just kind of wrote the character to match him and his personality. Another actor who influenced his character was Gaten Matarazzo as Dustin. As Matt explained, I don't think we really understood who that character was. He started out more like a stereotypical nerd, and then we met Gaten, and we basically tailored the show to him.
You know, I could see how they were going with the Goonies reference, because that would have been Chunk, and the kid with the red jacket would have been Data. Yeah, I can see it now.
Thanks to Eleven's affinity for Eggo waffles, Kellogg saw a significant increase in sales after the show. The company said consumption was up 14% in late 2017 after season 2 was released, and October saw the most mentions of the product on social media in a single month. Kind of like Reese's Pieces that was in ET.
Yep, I remember that. I remember that very, very well.
Okay, and you got this guy here. What's his name?
That's something.
David Harbour.
There you go.
In 2018, David Harbour went viral after he fulfilled a fan's request to take her senior portraits with her after. She tweeted, "How many retweets for you to take my senior photos with me?" To which he replied, 25,000. And I get to wear the school sweatshirt and hold a trombone. The actor held true to his word. As he wrote on Instagram at the time, voted most likely to hijack someone's high school senior photos 24 years later. He's only been out of high school for 24 years? I've been out of high school for over 30.
Ooh, I want to see his photo.
They didn't put it in the article.
Why not?
I don't know.
If you're going to mention it, then put it.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Later that year, Harbour was once again up to his social media shenanigans, this time officiating a viewer's wedding in exchange for 125,000 retweets and the first slice of cake. He got ordained and performed her marriage ceremony dressed as Chief Hopper.
Wow.
Okay, these boots are wow. Like, why? Why would you? These are hideous.
Those are cool. All right, whatever.
Many fans theorized that 11 could be Hopper's daughter, though he eventually became her surrogate father. And in a sweet Easter egg, 11 was seen wearing the blue braided bracelet Hopper always wore, made from his late daughter's hair ribbon, at her school dance in the season 2 finale. 11 season 1 kiss with Mike was Millie's first kiss ever. It was a strange experience, she admitted. Having 250 people looking at you kissing someone is like, whoa. She's pretty tan here in this picture.
Yeah, she is. With as opposed to Finn there.
Yeah.
He's pale. Okay.
When the pair had to smooch again the following season, she revealed that her co-star whispered in her ear, "He wanted to let me know he was like kissing me then," she explained during a 2017 appearance on The Tonight Show. So he was like, "I'm coming in," and that would make me laugh. It would make me laugh if somebody was like, "I'm coming in," before kissing you. Like that.
Well,
funny. And he was like a ventriloquist. It was the craziest thing.
Cool.
And I think that's funny.
That's hilarious.
This young man looks like he needs sleep perpetually. Maybe maybe just a little ice underneath the eye. A little ice underneath the eye.
He looks like he always got done crying.
Yeah, like, are you okay? Do you need therapy? Are you going through some things? Because it looks like this is a red carpet event, and you look pretty bad. I don't mean bad here. Like, he looks extremely tired. It could be that he was shooting for 12 hours and didn't get to sleep and had to come show up here. Feel bad for him if that's the case. Like,
well, how old is this guy?
I don't know. Probably in his 20s.
And that's another one. Look, his mustache doesn't connect to his. Well, it's kind of, you can't really see it, but like a 5 o'clock shadow. It looks like he just has a little mustache.
Natalia Dyer and Charlie Heaton, who play love interest Nancy and Jonathan, began dating in 2016, but have mostly kept the relationship private. That's something important to me with my family, with my friends. I really like to keep it for me, Natalia told Refinery29. But she did admit it. It's an interesting thing to work with somebody who you go home with. It's always really fun. I disagree. It's not always really fun to work with somebody who you go home with. Sometimes you get on each other's nerves.
I don't know anything about that.
Believe it or not, Joe Keery's well-coiffed Steve Harrington was not supposed to make it out of season 1 alive. So this character in the members only jacket was supposed to die.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But we fell in love with him during the making of season 1, which is why we ended up writing that arc for him, where he's helping to save the day with Jonathan and Nancy. Ross told The Hollywood Reporter. Steve was supposed to be this jockey douchebag, and Joe was so much more than that.
Yeah,
again, just more poster arc.
He was good in Spree. That's all I remember him.
Yeah,
from.
he was pretty good in Spree.
But yeah, Stranger Things 1, I did like. I didn't like. I said season 2.
You got to get caught up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Fomiki Latte said maybe one of his mistresses helped him pick those boots. Does he have mistresses? Is he getting divorced? This is some tea I did not know about.
Or is it just because they were so ugly that his mistress made him pick them? And because the wife has better taste than that. I don't know. Do side pieces always do that to you? Try to make it just nasty to keep you around. I don't know. All right.
It says here also slated to perish. 11. Yes, really. 11 was going to sacrifice herself to save the day, Ross said, in the 2018 book Stranger Things Worlds Turn Upside Down. That was always the end game. But once we realized that the show was potentially going to go on longer than one season, we needed to leave it more up in the air because deep down we knew the show just wouldn't really work out without 11. And at that point, we knew how special Millie was. If there was going to be more Stranger Things, 11 had to come back. Oh, this is another underused character. Erica is underused, and this young lady here, she was very underused. But maybe they will be in the spinoff. I don't know. The 7th episode of season 2, titled The Lost Sister, almost never made it to the air, with the Duffer Brothers telling Vulture they were concerned the outing, which centers on 11 going off to find another child who was experimented on, would break up the story's pacing. When we got to the point of writing that episode, we wanted to see if we really needed it or not, Matt explained. We actually did toy with pulling the episode completely, but then the ending with 11 didn't work at all. It just didn't land at all. Then we ended up deciding we needed it. And they have another image of her here.
Fomiki, I answered your question.
Okay, Fomiki Latte says he cheated on his wife multiple times, had a whole secret apartment for her and everything. Dang. All that with them ugly boots on. Wow.
Man.
David Harbour got his head got too big after becoming, super famous, being on Stranger Things.
Yeah, and Violent Night.
There was an Irish TikTok creator who said that when I forget the boy's name, the boy that was in the movie where he drank out of the bathtub after Jacob Elordi. What was the name of that movie?
I don't know the name of that movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he used to go out with Sabrina Carpenter, and then he cheated on her. And I was looking at this TikTok. It was an Irish dude, and he said his problem is he got a case of the notions. He got the notion that he was better than what he was because he got one girl. Saltburn. Thank you, Fomiki. Saltburn's the name of the movie. Yeah. that actor got a case of the notions, and I think David Harbour also got a case of the notions.
Well, I mean, so not bad. I'm just listening to you.
11's sibling was written to be a boy, with the episode originally titled The Lost Brother. But after the audition was opened up to all young actors, it was Linnea Berthelsen who landed the part, and the episode ultimately featured 11 meeting her sister, Kali. Linnea and Millie really had a connection, Matt said. Millie was like, I want to do this with Linnea. Oh, I still remember this uniform. from the ice cream shop. From the ice cream shop, it was terrible. Bridgerton actress Nicola Coughlan initially auditioned for the role of Robin before booking the role of Penelope Featherington years later. Maya Hawke ultimately nabbed the part, with Nicola saying Hawke was, quote, far better than I ever could have been. She added, it's a good lesson to actors. Watch the stuff you didn't get, because you'll totally understand how it's not personal. You're just right for some things and you're not right for other things. Do you know who Maya Hawke is?
No.
She is also a Nepo baby. Her mother is Uma Thurman and her father is Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Well, wow.
She's not a bad actor, though. I will say that. I will say for a Nepo baby, not a bad actor.
Wait, I think didn't we see a movie with her in it? And I was like, who is that? Yes. It was she was in it. It was a house. She was in a house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Okay, we need more information than she was in a house.
I don't
a lot
know,
of movies where a person was in a house. Can we? What else? What happened in the house?
Oh my God! Just keep going. I'll remember later. Watch. God, I don't want to derail your show.
Shout out to the costume design and hair people, because they put their foot in it. Look at this image. I mean, they really did a great job with the hair, with the clothes. It's very, very 80s. Even the trapper keepers that they're holding, a lot of detail. I love that. Before playing Sarah on Netflix's Outer Banks, Madeline Klein appeared in season 2 as Hawken High School mean girl Tina. Then we have the Rob Lowe guy. I always said this guy reminds me of Rob Lowe. To win the part of Billy, the mullet-rocking bad boy older stepbrother of Max, Australian actor Dacre Montgomery filmed a fun yet slightly raunchy audition tape telling GQ he, quote, wanted to make a bit of a splash with the Duffers. That meant filming himself dancing to classic 1980s song like Come On Eileen and Hungry Like the Wolf in nothing but a G-string. Dacre admitted he had some hesitation about sending it, saying either I'm never going to get work again or somebody somewhere is going to see one thing in me and they'll give me a chance. Fortunately, his risk paid off. But it almost feels like sexual harassment, though. Why in a G-string, though? You could have done the same dancing in maybe just some regular shorts and t-shirt. It feels a little bit like you're selling your ass.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's just me, though.
Yeah.
This is a cute picture. Look at that. Says heading into season 3, Deadline reported that the cast received major pay increases, with the younger cast going from about $30,000 per episode to more than $200,000 per episode, and possibly even $250,000. Winona and David, meanwhile, were reportedly taking home about $300,000 to $350,000 per episode, while Natalia and Charlie were making $100,000 to $150,000 per episode. That's a lot of money for some young people. These are some nice suits. They kind of look like the type of suits they have are like old school from the 50s. It's giving, Dean Martin and the Rat Pack in them.
Yep. I can see that. I can see that definitely.
Is that the end? Oh, nope. My girl, they gave her a highlight. Here she is. That's Erica. While Priya Ferguson was intended to only appear in one episode in season 2 as Erica, Lucas's sassy little sister, the Duffer Brothers kept finding ways to add the scene stealer. She was made a series regular the following season. And she is absolutely, in my opinion, designed to look and act like Dee from What's Happening. If you remember the show What's Happening?
Yes, I do.
And their little sister, that's what Erica was giving. And I love it.
I didn't see her. I don't think I saw that season. Oh, no, she was little back in season 2.
Mm-hmm. Given that the younger cast was still growing as the series was filming, the wardrobe department faced a unique challenge when it came to continuity. It's crazy, costume designer Kim Wilcox told E! News. Quote, we had one kid we could not keep in shoes. Like every 3 weeks, he grew half a size. Her solution was to find heritage brands that make the same product in multiple sizes. We'd buy 5 of them so that when somebody grew, we'd have something. Yeah, I can imagine. Just this character here on the left, Mike, from season 1 to now, like he was growing like a weed.
Yeah. He did shoot up.
Okay, here. While the Duffer Brothers were paying homage to the Goonies, E.T., and Stand By Me, they were cautious not to be too overt in their references. When we built the project to Netflix, we had this big 2.5-minute trailer that had about 20 or 30 of these movies kind of woven together to try and tell the story of Stranger Things. But obviously, all these images or ideas were in our heads, Matt told the Daily Beast. Those are the movies that we grew up on, and they're so much a part of our DNA. But then when you get into the writer's room and you're working on individual episodes, actually very little time is spent referencing other movies. Mostly you're just trying to tell a story, letting the characters guide where everything's going. Otherwise, it would just be a jumble and a mess. And of course, we got a picture of Vecna and all his Freddy Krueger-like glory. Because in season 4, he was very, very Krueger-ish.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd have to see season 4. Filmmaking Lighter says, I don't mind Nepo babies as long as they're actually good at what they do. I agree. That's how I feel about Zoe Kravitz. She's the daughter of Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet. I think she's very talented, especially as a director.
Yeah, do you remember her first movie?
The first movie I saw was Blink Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
that's the first time. No, I'm talking about what's the first time you saw Zoe Kravitz in a movie?
Oh, no, I don't remember what was her first movie.
The first time I ever saw her was Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, she was in that. She had a very small role in that.
Yeah, that's all I remember for her. But if you don't mind Nepo babies, foe, then what's the problem with Johnny Depp's daughter in that show?
I don't think that she's particularly a strong actress. I think she's just okay. And I just don't think. I think she should have started with maybe a. I don't know where she should have started. Something that didn't require her to be the lead. She should maybe do supporting acting until she gets better.
I'll let you get back to the podcast, but I just had a question.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? A singer or a Nepo baby that was the main the Lady Gaga in Smile 2? Wasn't that the same? Wasn't that Depp too?
No, that was not Lily Rose.
That was
Depp.
Johnny Depp's daughter.
No, that was not. That was a different actress.
Oh, was it? Okay, I thought it was I thought it was like Johnny Depp's daughter in that too.
She might be a Nepo baby. I just don't. She's just not Lily Rose Depp. I don't know the actress's name offhand. Right. This says here, the creative team set out to use a little special effects as possible to achieve a throwback feel, but quickly learned how difficult that would be. The funny thing is that the original goal was to do entirely practical effects. But what we realized, and it really made us admire those guys who did The Thing and Alien and whatever, is that doing practical is really hard, Ross explained. It takes a lot of time and preparation. We were turning out scripts as quickly as we could, but they don't have 6 months to prep this stuff. You show up on set and stuff that seemed like it would be a great idea to do in that old school way, we didn't have time to do. When they first pitched the show, the Duffer Brothers, here we go here, always envisioned a 5-season arc. So much of what they had in their head in 2015 is what we're now seeing play out as we come to the end of the series. Netflix executive Matthew Thunell told Variety, with the magazine reporting that each of the 4 seasons cost $30 million. I could tell that on the screen because you didn't get to see this last season, but it was a lot of money on that screen. While an ending for Stranger Things, say again?
I said, that's what you tell me.
Mm-hmm. Fomiki Latte says about Lily Rose Depp, she's good at playing vapid.
Wow.
While an ending for Stranger Things has been set, the Duffer Brothers aren't ready to leave the Upside Down just yet. We do have an idea for a spinoff that we're super excited about. they said in an email interview with Variety. But we haven't told anyone the idea yet, much less written it. Despite their efforts to keep it a surprise, Matt and Ross admitted that Finn already guessed the premise of the series, which they described as very, very different. They added, aside from Finn, no one else knows. Very, very interesting.
Huh.
I think that's the end of that. And then we will get into our listicles again. We have one more best of listicle, I believe. And this one is for TV shows.
What did you call it? A listicle?
Yeah, listicles. An article that's a list.
Okay. So then an article that's a list. So
it's called a listicle.
So the test that's a list is what?
A testicle. Okay.
Don't yawn.
I'm sorry. I'm so tired. I'm drinking. Well, I'm drinking decaf. I should drink regular coffee. But this is the 15 best horror TV shows of 2025, as decided by Fangoria. This list is written by Amber T. The subtitle is Killer Clowns, Zombie Superheroes, Eldritch Spirits, and More. This article was last updated January 2nd by Angel Melanson, by the way.
Okay.
Horror fans have feasted this year at the movies. With Sinners, Weapons, 28 Years Later, Bring Her Back, Final Destination, Bloodlines, and many, many more hits, gracing cinema screens and bringing in big bucks for the best genre. But over on the small screen, viewers were treated to a similar embarrassment of riches, from killer clowns to zombie superheroes. Here's our rundown of the 15 best television shows of 2025.
All right, here we go.
The first one they have is Creep Tapes.
Yes.
You agree?
I agree with that one. You haven't watched it.
No, I haven't seen it yet. But
I started season 2, and one of the they're like maybe 20 minutes long, and it starts out with the first person, but this one started out like how the movie Creep started.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a send up on the movie Creep, but it was Mark Duplass playing the cameraman, right? And some dude that was really, really inspired by Creep, by the Mark Duplass. He was the dude that was doing Mark Duplass, to the point where even the dude that plays Creep was like, "Hey, you're doing this wrong. I already know this. I already did this, and I signed that." And he's like, "You want to take a bath together?" It was like, I already know how this goes. Like it was a great episode because it was like meta, or what's the word I'm looking for? Not meta. It's not insurrection. Sorry, Inception.
Like Inception.
Yes.
All right. The next one they have up is Alien Earth.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, it was decent. At first I wasn't totally on board, but the show really grew on me.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I absolutely agree with this. The Last Drive with
I
Joe
knew
Bob
you would.
Briggs. Yeah, I love this show, and I
love you do.
I love Joe Bob and Darcy. Doing their interstitials within the body of the movie, giving us trivia about the horror movies that we're watching. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Yep.
Next up, they have on their list the summer Hikaru. Is it Hikaru or Hikaru? Died on Netflix. I have not seen this at all. Let me read what this is about. It says Netflix, the summer Hikaru died, based on the best-selling manga by Mokumo Kuren. Not only nailed its blend of cosmic, supernatural, and folk horror, the series also had us hooked with its compelling coming-of-age drama and adorable budding queer romance between the titular Hikaru, a mysterious eldritch being inhabiting the body of a deceased high schooler, and his best friend Yoshiki. Okay, that's a lot. That's very interesting, though.
Very complicated.
Absolutely agree with this. Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
I actually
Well,
think I might have liked it Welcome to Derry better than Stranger Things.
I still haven't seen episode 3 to the season finale yet on it.
No, you got to get caught up. It was a lot of fun. A lot of good scare scenes. I liked it a lot. I liked and I liked the incorporation of Dick Halloran from The Shining.
Yeah.
Um I liked them giving us more backstory on oh gosh, I forget the Hanlon family. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Didn't you in the house sing out Pennywise the dancing clown?
The dancing clown. That's the way he
Yeah.
says it.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of the show.
Revival. Yeah, I haven't heard it either. Looks pretty gnarly. It's on the Sci-Fi channel, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Aaron B. Kuntz and Luke Boyce's Revival has something for everyone, from noir-tinged detective drama to zombie scares that go against the formula entirely. In the live-action adaptation of Tim Seeley and Mike Norton's Image comic series, the recently deceased Wassaw, Washington, are simultaneously revived by an unknown phenomenon alongside the subsequent population boom that Revival Day creates. Is Revival Day a real holiday or made up holiday?
It's probably a made up holiday shot.
It also introduces alien beings dubbed creeps or passengers. I have to look up this one to watch it. I don't have the Sci-Fi channel, so I wonder where else it could be available.
Well, there are
Because
places.
we just have streaming apps, so I'll have to see.
Well, I'm saying.
Well, Hulu doesn't exist anymore because Hulu has been taken over by Disney, so maybe it's going to be on the Disney Plus app. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I keep hearing about this next one. I've heard of Don Da Don a lot. This is on Crunchyroll and also Netflix. Season 2 of Don Da Don. It says the genre blending horror, sci-fi, comedy, romance anime picks up right after season 1. Studio Science Saru, who also produced Devilman Crybaby and Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, is not giving us a sophomore slump and goes all in with spectacular animation, diving deeper into the characters and introducing new arcs. This one I've not heard of. Murderbot. Have you heard of it? I have not heard of it.
Nope, I have not heard of that one.
And that looks like one of the Skarsgård brothers, but I could be mistaken. It says, okay, sure. Apple TV's Murderbot may skew much further on the sci-fi side of things than it does horror, but it's genre, and it stars, yeah, it is Alexander Skarsgård is what it, but I guess maybe he's going by Alex now. Alex Skarsgård, who is the older brother of the Skarsgård that's playing Pennywise, by the way.
Yeah,
Skarsgård playing Pennywise.
Making money.
Yep. And Fango fave David Dastmalchian. We last saw David Dastmalchian in Late Night with the Devil. He played the TV host. So yeah, he is. So we're counting it. Based on Martha Wells' best-selling books, The Murderbot Diaries, Murderbot's first season followed the titular over at Android Skarsgård. So Skarsgård is an android. Okay. As it completes a dangerous assignment. Yeah, there's a lot of typos.
AI. This has to be written by AI or something.
Yeah, because it's like
horrible.
Yeah.
You have an editor.
Despite only wanting to be left alone, watch futuristic soap operas and figure out its place in the universe. Same Murderbot, same. All right, what do they have next? The Last of Us season 2. I didn't watch season 2 because I really wasn't super impressed with the first season of The Last of Us. I think the creatures look good, but the melodrama in the story was kind of boring to me.
Actually, if that is Abby right there that they're showing and not Ellie, I wonder if it stays true to the video game.
Yeah, good question.
Because I know, in The Last of Us 2, the video game, Joel gets murdered by her that girl right, that like Ellie. I mean not Ellie.
Oh.
Murdered by the military chick,
Hmm.
and Ellie's on a mission to kill this woman amongst fighting the creatures.
Mm-hmm.
But then it turns out the reason that that woman killed Joel was because when Joel was trying to save Ellie from the fireflies, because they all he had to do in the beginning was drop her off and go home,
Mm-hmm.
and he got attached to her like his own daughter, but and when him dropping her off, I guess they showed a flashback and they were about to cut her whole body open to find out why she's not can't get infected. So he came in there and killed everybody. And when he did, he killed. I think he either killed her daughter, her sister, the
Mm-hmm.
military chick's sister, or their mother. Like because he was just indiscriminately killing everybody. So she was
Mm-hmm.
getting revenge for him killing her mother, and Ellie was getting revenge for it's a convoluted video game, but it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the show did anything like that.
Okay. It says here, those of us who played the games knew what was in store for the second season of The Last of Us, which is what you just described. And yet it still didn't stop the sting of watching Joel get his head caved in by the vengeful Abby. So yeah,
There you
that
go.
is
I was
Abby.
right. Okay.
A lesser show might have altered this heartbreaking development at the risk of alienating its audience. Just look at what happened to The Walking Dead's ratings after Steven Yeun's Glenn met a similar fate. But The Last of Us Part 2 went there and then some.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like didn't but they didn't say anything. Don't get used to people because didn't they do that with the mountain? With
Yeah,
the
well, that's
king?
HBO.
Oh.
That's HBO. HBO, don't get used to nobody. That's what happened on Welcome to Derry. You saw the first episode. What happened
Yeah,
to
I
them
did.
kids?
I liked all
Don't-
three of them kids.
Mm-hmm.
I snatched up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Night of the Living Cat is on Crunchyroll, which I have not heard of. It says here, if the idea of a killer cat anime directed by Japanese author and master Siko Takashi Miike, who gave us Audition, Visitor Q, One Missed Call, Ichi the Killer, doesn't pique your interest, we don't want to know you, frankly. Based on a manga written by Hawkman and illustrated by Mecha Roots, Night of the Living Cat pays homage to all the best post-apocalyptic horrors, including, you guessed it, Night of the Living Dead, Resident Evil, and 28 Years Later, to name a few. Yeah, I definitely got to check that out. I didn't know that Takashi Miike had a manga anime.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna be some wild shit because it's Takashi Miike.
That makes no sense. Yeah, I know.
The Boulay Brothers Dragula Titans Season 2 on Shudder. I have not gotten a chance to watch Dragula. It's my understanding that it's kind of like RuPaul's Drag Race, but it has a horror aesthetic. So the drag queens have they each have a horror aesthetic that they are displaying with their incredible makeup, clothing, hairstyling, all those type of skills.
I guess I'm surprised that they got well, I guess the way they named it probably helped them. The Boulay Brothers Dracula Titans, because there's a song by Rob Zombie called Dracula.
Oh.
So I was like, wait, whoa.
It'd be interesting if that's the theme song for the show.
It might
I'll have
be.
to check it out. It says here the second season of the Boulay Brothers Dragula Titans saw 14 contestants from past seasons of the Boulay Brothers Dragula return to battle in design, performance, and makeup-based challenges inspired by horror, science fiction, fantasy, and supernatural, pushing drag to its most gag-worthy limits. This season, Abhora, Blackberry, Cynthia Doll, Disatarina, I almost wanted to read that as dysentery. Desatarina, Dahlia Black, Frankie Doom, Jade Jolly, Jaharia, JK, La Zavaleta, Loris Princella Chambers, and Sigourney Beaver. That last one. Return for another round of filth and fashion with Eva Destruction, taking home the crown. I got it. I have to watch this. I'm so far behind. The pop up Got to pop up. Can't read over that. The only thing as
Really?
impressive as the crew of monsters was Titan season 2 guest judge roster featuring horror icons across the board, including David Dasmalchian, Jennifer Tilly, Kate Siegel, Don Mancini, Bonnie Aarons. Pop quiz. Who is Don Mancini?
Symbol blah blah blah. I make whatever the hell that is. It's from Chucky. Don Mancini.
He's the writer and director of Child's
Yeah,
Play.
he
Don
also was the actor, wasn't he? Wasn't he
No,
Charles Lee
no,
Ray?
no, no. That was not.
No, wasn't there one that we saw? That it was the person was in the car, and it was the director that was. There was a movie that we saw. Oh my God! It wasn't Child's Play.
No.
All right, keep talking. I'm sorry.
Okay, Bonnie Aarons. Who's Bonnie Aarons?
Bonnie Aarons. That's Bonnie Padilla. I don't know.
Bonnie Aarons is the actress that plays the nun.
What that
she also
long? Wait, that long skinny.
Yeah, she plays the nun in the Nun movies.
I thought that was a dude.
No, that's a woman, and she also played on Mulholland Drive. She played the bum that came around the corner and scared that dude.
Yeah, but I thought
Have you seen Mulholland Drive?
Oh, I think so. Yes, I saw it with you.
Okay.
And it didn't make any sense. I told you it sucked. I told you and your sister it sucked. You guys were like, "What is wrong with you?"
It didn't suck. It's David Lynch. You just don't understand.
No, it was. But all of us. Yeah, go ahead.
Akela Cooper is also going to be a guest judge. You know who Akela Cooper is?
No.
She is a horror writer. She did the screenplay for Megan. She did the screenplay for Malignant.
Okay, so she writes the good movies. She wrote the good Megan.
Yes.
Not
well, I like both Megans, but 2.0 is for sci-fi fans, not horror fans. Peaches Christ I've heard of, but I don't know them specifically. I can't name what they've been and or done. And then more, it says Long May Drakmorda and Swanthula Rain. Okay, then they also have on here another one I saw the first season of, but didn't see the second season.
What?
Wednesday season 2, and it looks like Lady Gaga's in Wednesday season 2.
I forgot that was even out.
Yeah, I did too. Season 2 of Netflix and Tim Burton's record-breaking Wednesday was a family affair, giving us more Addams than ever before, with Mother Monster herself, Lady Gaga, Christopher Lloyd, Joanna Lumley, Haley Joel Osment, and Steve Buscemi as new principal Barry Dort, also along for the ride. Delightfully dismal in every way. It's Jenna Ortega who stole the show again through the whole season, adjusting to newfound fame at the Nevermore Academy and predictably hating the attention. There's commas that shouldn't be there. Like, see where it says Nevermore Academy and predictably, there should be no comma after and.
No.
But I digress.
Come on, Fangoria.
They have Stranger Things season 5, which we talked so much about it already in the first article.
Yeah,
I'm just going to keep scrolling. We said enough about Stranger Things 5. Marvel Zombies. My mother told me that was really good.
Oh, yeah. I made her watch it.
Yeah, she was telling me how great it is.
It is really good. You got to watch it.
I do. While we don't typically dabble in MCU here at Fango, you better believe we were fully on board for a show that took those shiny superheroes and turned them into the ravenous undead. Hell, we loved Marvel Zombies so much so we co-hosted a whole fan event at Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
That show is really good, man.
This one I never heard of either. Haunted Hotel? I have not heard of this show at all.
Nope.
It says Netflix's latest adult animated comedy, Haunted Hotel, from Rick and Morty writer Matt Roller, has thankfully been renewed for a second season. So if you haven't checked in yet, there's no better time to do so. Featuring the vocal talents of Will Forte, Eliza Koo, Skylar Gizondo, Natalie Palomides, and Jimmy Simpson. In Haunted Hotel, a single mother of 2 struggles to run the titular lodging with the help of her estranged brother, who is now one of the ghosts haunting the hotel, and thinks the other ghosts have some pretty good ideas.
Okay.
Interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the end of that one.
All right. Well, that was the best of, folks.
That's the best of. Let's get into what's next. Actually, before we go into the worst of, I better take an ad break.
Yeah. 200? Holy shit.
Wait, that's yeah, we're not about to read all 200 of these.
I didn't think so. All right. Time for
Yeah.
a break.
All right.
And don't forget, guys, hit the like button.
If I entertained you, made you smile, or helped you pass the time, please consider supporting this channel so that I can do that more. Horror channels often get suppressed and demonetized, but you can help in 3 ways: by pledging a monthly contribution on Patreon, sending a one-time tip using your preferred financial app, or you could help for free by liking and commenting for the algorithm, and most importantly, sharing this video on your social media. Thank you so much.
Now on with the show.
Okay, so I scrolled ahead on this creepycatalog.com.
Yeah.
Although this says 200 best and worst horror movies of 2025 ranked, when you scroll down, it has it broken down into smaller segments. So we'll start with their top 10 horror movies of 2025.
Oh, okay. Top 10 horror. Okay, 2025.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see if
they
we
have
agree.
the first one they've listed is Bring Her Back. What did you think of Bring Her Back? I quite enjoyed it.
That's okay. First of all, is this list going from 1 to 10 being the best, or 10 to 1 being the best?
They've written it with the 1 first, so I'm guessing
Bring Her Back wouldn't be my number 1. It would probably be like on my number 5 or 6. There was a couple more that I liked better.
Yeah. I think it would be like number 4 for me. 4 or 5.
Exactly.
Let's see what else they have on their list here. I did not see Dead Talent Society, so I cannot speak on it. It says John Hsu directed and co-wrote Dead Talent Society. Hsu also directed and co-wrote the excellent video game movie adaptation Detention.
I've never heard of this, man.
It says here, filled with heart and humor, Dead Talent Society is fantastic. A ghost with no self-confidence is going to disappear completely in less than a month, and only way to save her ethereal existence is to earn her haunting license. But with no self-confidence and seemingly no talent for haunting, the task of helping her unlock her true potential is going to be difficult for a small-time ghostly talent agent and a formerly popular spirit who has trust issues. The setup might sound a little complex and a lot silly, and it definitely is both of those things, but the movie's amazingly entertaining. I'm sold. I would like to watch this. This Dead Talent Society.
It's a cool premise.
I'm going to add that to my list.
Screen capture.
I'm writing it down. Dead Talent Society. Okay. Now, what else they have on our list? Weapons, absolutely agree. Top 3 of the year. Definitely top 3 of the year.
I agree.
Sinners, absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Also on my top 3. My top 3, I have not decided on my number 1 yet because I keep going back and forth because there's like 3 movies that I loved equally, I think.
I can guess 2 of them. No.
Dangerous. That should be on a worst of list probably for you, huh?
Let me tell you something. You can watch it with me tomorrow if you want.
I'm not watching this.
I didn't think so. It's not worth it.
Dangerous animals. Like the trailer didn't look good to me.
Oi, you're the fish. I'm going to teach you to the sharks, or whatever the hell he says.
This is on my best of the ugly
I like
stepsister.
this one.
Yeah,
this one was great.
Really good.
This is in my top 3.
It was absolutely great.
And I still laugh at the fact that when we went to see this in the movie theater. I think maybe 75% of the way through the movie, I looked at you and said, "Hey, this is like Snow White, and not Snow White, Cinderella." And you just looked at me like, because
it took you halfway through the movie to get
3/4 of the way.
But yeah, this is there's been a lot of public domain horror. This is not in the same level of the Winnie the Pooh slasher movies or even Shimmer Me Timbers or the other Popeye, the Slayer Man. This is not that. This is miles above that. Absolutely miles above that, in my opinion. Furwaka, I thought it was just okay for me. The most interesting thing about Furwaka is that it was in Gaelic. A lot of the dialogue was in Gaelic, and it's only like 2 or 3 movies that exist that are in Gaelic. So I think that was the most interesting thing about it. Yeah, it's kind of forgettable, if I'm being honest. This would not be on my top list.
No.
Together,
nope.
Maybe a number 9 or 10.
Yeah.
It's another one. It's just okay.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
Together, to me, that would be on my list if I forgot a movie.
Yeah.
Because it's not, Okay.
What else they have on here? Companion. That would go on a sci-fi list. I wouldn't even really consider so much horror.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Weird sci-fi movie.
Yeah. And it's not bad, but it's not amazing either. It's just okay.
Yeah.
It's just okay. It's the same place it would be here, 9 or 10. And what did they have running out? This would be on my worst stuff. It's 28 years later. 20 years later would be zombies. On my worst. Yeah. They barely killed any zombies. I didn't care about the family. Like I keep comparing it to for me, the best comparison for this movie is Train to Busan, because you had rage virus zombies in both films, but in Train to Busan, I gave a damn about the dad and his daughter. And 20 years later, can you remember this dad? You barely remember this dad. Like he was just.
I just remember the kid running away.
Yeah, the kid ran away because the dad cheated on his terminally ill wife, and it's like I still didn't care.
And crazy, she was a little bit touched up there. I don't know how to say what I was saying.
The doctor explained. No, the doctor explained that because of the cancer was also metastasized, which means it's all through the body. That's what was affecting her brain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But no, one they forgot for me.
What? Well, they have
these
some
movies ranked.
Yeah, they're still going.
No, yeah. I would have taken this, and this one probably that's a good spot.
Yeah.
But I want to know where
that's for people who are listening and not watching. Final Destination Bloodlines comes in at number 11 on their list, and I probably would put it. Yeah, I would put it higher than 28 years later, in my opinion. Grafted, you did not see Grafted, but I did. It's a very interesting, kind of little Aussie body horror film. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It was just okay. I'd probably put it, lower on the list, 18, 19, not so much 12, but yeah, it was very interesting. I should, for the ones that we haven't seen, maybe I should read it. Yeah, it would take us too long if I read through all these. I'll just keep going the way we're going. Et 2, I have not heard of this one. Now, that's what I'll do. I will read the description if neither one of us has seen it. Et 2 says, in Et 2, the pursuit of artistic perfection leads to murder. Lots and lots of murder. Brent, played by Lou Diamond Phillips, is the director of a regional production of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, but he isn't satisfied with most of his cast and crew. He takes advantage of an opportunity to make his play better, but that one incident quickly snowballs into a spree. Directed by Max Zahns, Et 2 is a pitch-black comedy that is Shakespearean in its motivation. I've heard absolutely nothing about this movie. It could just be flying under the radar, or it could be amazing. Who knows? That's kind of what happened with the Vordelak. Last year, the Vordelak. I don't know if you heard of it.
No.
It kind of flew under the radar. I think it's an amazing movie. I have to show it to you. You may or may not like it because of it being it's a period piece. I watched it with Drissa when I had her watch the Ugly Stepsister. It paired really well with the Ugly Stepsister.
You know what? No wonder she was mad. You showed her 2 period pieces in a row.
Yes, I did.
No, yeah. But no, there was one period piece movie I liked.
What's that?
The remember the Irish chick that was like she had her Aboriginal.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The Nightingale.
That was I like that one. That was a period piece. And it was really good.
Yeah, it was. It was very good.
Oh, you have a comment from Fominky Latte.
She says Popeye and Tintin are now in public domain. I can't wait to see what people do with them. Well, they've already started with the Popeye, the Slayer Man, and Shiver Me Timbers, and I think there's a third.
Oh yeah,
there's a third Popeye
they were great.
slasher movie. Presents. I would put this on a best of. You didn't get to see Presents, have you?
Nope.
Oh, you gotta check it out. I think I don't know whether you like it. It's a slow burn. But
is that the one?
I think because how did you feel about Good Boy?
I mean, it was all right.
Good Boy is a supernatural horror movie from the perspective of a dog. The Presence is a supernatural thriller. I'll call it more of a thriller from the perspective of a ghost.
They did that already. They did in others.
Yeah, the others was like that, but in Presence, you know from the beginning of the movie that it's a ghost.
Oh, okay.
And you see.
Oh wait, isn't this one like one of the very first scenes is like the woman standing in the living room, and there's like a first person shot over her shoulder, and it's like goes towards her. Or is that? I think so.
Movie? Yes. No, that's this one.
Yeah, so I did start watching it, and then I was just like,
You should watch it because if you approach it knowing that it's more of a thriller movie than it's not really meant to scare you. It's more meant to be a mystery. It's like a mystery thriller, and you're finding out stuff. So I think that's part of the problem with some of the movies. They are trying to advertise everything as a horror movie. Everything is not a horror movie. Even this being on this list, it's not particularly a horror movie. It's more of a mystery suspense thriller. But I think the reason why they advertise as horror is I don't think people know what mystery suspense thrillers are anymore.
That's too much.
Nothing is ever advertised as a mystery suspense thriller.
That's like too much. That's too much. Too many words for people nowadays.
Mm-hmm. They could just say thriller for short, but not all thrillers are mysteries.
All right.
Like we used to have mystery suspense thrillers. 7 is a mystery suspense thriller.
Right.
Trying to think of some other ones. Kiss the Girls. That was a mystery suspense thriller. We used to have these. What's the one where the girl? Yeah, 8mm. What's the one where the girl was like, "I'll never tell"? What movie was that?
Something monkey. I think there was a monkey in the title.
You're not talking about 12 Monkeys. That's different. That's a sci-fi thriller.
Okay.
Drained. I have not heard of this one either, but it seems to be a vampire film. It says the vampire romance film isn't the most obscure of horror subgenres, but don't let that prevent you from watching this movie. Drained is about a lovable loser who falls for a seductive vampire, and the movie is excellently made. It looks fantastic, the characters are fully developed and intriguing, and the story mixes metaphors and drama in the exact right proportions. Even though Drained is often described as a romance, it's really a tragedy. You can see that things are going to end very badly for our star-crossed lovers right from the start, but the way the story progresses makes the emotions of the final scenes anything but straightforward. You know what is a tragic romance that people never think of as a tragic romance?
Powder.
No.
The Mask.
No, that's not what I was thinking.
Oh.
David Cronenberg's The Fly.
That too. Yes, I agree.
The Surfer. Is this a horror movie? I didn't know that this was meant to be a horror movie. It's starring Nicolas Cage. Did you hear anything about The Surfer?
No, I don't even know what the hell. You can just read about it. I don't know anything about it.
Everyone loves Nicolas Cage, and he's the best reason to watch The Surfer. But when you do watch The Surfer, you might find that it's a deeper movie than you expected. Cage plays an unnamed man credited as the Surfer who just wants to buy a house overlooking the beach where he grew up. But some of the local surfers don't want him there. The Surfer decides to stay near the beach and stakes his claim, but he begins to lose his sense of self as the continued aggression from the locals begins taking a toll on his mental stability. It's a trippy treat for fans of odd movies. So I'm interested to see, how does this become a horror movie? Cannibal mukbang, that's pretty much self-explanatory, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Is that any good?
I don't know. Hadn't heard anything positive or negative about it. But, oh, look at the skull there. Is she eating around the skull? Is that what she was doing?
Maybe she ate human cannibal mukbang. I haven't seen this.
Hang on. Lynn is calling me.
All right. All right.
Hello?
So while
Hello?
we're here,
I'm podcasting. I'm podcasting right now.
Give the phone address. I want to talk to her.
I'm not in the same room with her. I'm in my room podcasting. Can you call her on her phone or on the house phone?
Yeah, I'll call on the other phone. See if she answers.
Okay.
All
right. Bye.
ladies and gentlemen.
Asking if I can hand my phone to Drissa.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We all heard.
This is on my watch list, but I have not gotten a chance to see it yet. Found footage, the making of the Patterson Project. I feel like this would be up your alley too, because you love found footage.
I want to see it.
For those that don't know, I'll read a little bit. Found footage, the making of the Patterson Project, is a horror comedy for people who love low-budget movies. It's presented as a pseudo-documentary about the making of a found footage movie. The first half of the movie feels a lot like the ridiculousness of American Movie 1999, with the comical struggles of micro-budget filmmaking taking the spotlight. But as the film shoot continues, the cast and crew slowly realize the cabin they're using as their home base has something sinister in the basement. And I'll leave it at that. We're going to do two more. I'm not going to do the full list. I'm just going to go do the top 20 on here. And then we will
go to the top 20 horrible.
Yeah. This says Parvulo's Children of the Apocalypse. Have not heard of this one at all either. It says Parvulos includes many tropes from the apocalyptic and zombie genres, but it presents them through the experience of characters who don't always understand the danger surrounding them. Yeah, because this person is letting their neck be really close to this zombie. It says, in a world where a mutated vaccine has decimated the world's population, 3 young brothers are surviving on their own. Zombie-like monsters roam the forest outside their house, and a couple of them are living in their basement. When the youngest boy gets curious about the monsters, he starts a chain of events that will change their lives and threaten to tear the remains of their family apart.
All right.
Interesting. And then for their top 20, Best Wishes to All, which we watched. I would not put this in my top 20. It's an okay film. It's largely boring, but it's just okay. Did you watch this one with me, didn't you?
Yes. And it was stupid.
You said it's stupid. Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it was dumb. I was extremely bored.
I didn't think it was dumb, but I just thought it was just okay. But let's get into some worst stuffs because we've end up spending more time on best stuffs than worst stuffs, and that wasn't my intent on this stream. So let's go over to 5 worst horror movies of 2025 and most underrated, overrated, and disappointed. This is from medium.com, written by Danny Michael Vaillancourt. I think it's Vaillancourt. Okay, so it goes on. It starts off, horror in 2025 was not short on ambition, but ambition without discipline is how we ended up here. While the year offered its share of genuine highlights, it also delivered a slate of films that mistook IP recognition for creativity, spectacle for substance, and atmosphere for empty stalling. These entries didn't merely disappoint, they actively misunderstood what makes horror effective, whether through cynical nostalgia mining, algorithmic laziness, or creative paralysis. These films earned their place not just among the worst of the year, but as cautionary tales for where the genre stumbles when it stops challenging itself. So let's see what they're saying. Number 5, Bambi the Reckoning. I don't want to create an account. I have not seen Bambi the Reckoning. I forgot that it came out, honestly. You guys in the comments will have to tell me if you saw this one. Yeah. It looks like it could be fun, though. Dark Match, that one was on Shudder. It's supposed to be like a wrestling themed horror movie.
Yep. And I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either. I see, this is what I mean by hang on just a second.
All right. Well,
sorry, I had to sneeze. Yeah, this is what I mean by how I said in the earlier podcast, how this year I'm going to have to force myself to watch movies even though I think that they're going to suck, because by avoiding movies that look bad, I'm going to always look like I like everything, which is not the case.
Yeah.
So for 2026, I'm going to avoid, like this year, I didn't see Bambi the Reckoning because the trailer looked bad. I didn't see Dark Match because it just didn't look interesting to me. I'm missing, the bad movies. So how am I going to make my worst stuff? How am I going to make my worst stuff list if I barely saw any bad movies?
Or if you just go to a movie and don't say, "Oh well, it was all right because there was a beheading," be like, "No, the movie sucked." You got to be like me. Be more free with your speech. Like I said about that stupid found footage movie that YouTuber dude did.
Oh, Shelby Oaks.
Yeah, and the one, and then the one Eli Roth fucking co-signed that was shit.
What movie was that? I can't even remember.
The Dream Eater. That. Crap.
Oh yeah, Dream Eater. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You're right. Let's see what they have for number 3. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That was horrible. That was
it was pretty bad. Like it started off promising and then it went straight to hell. Like you had like the first 30 minutes of it was decent and then it just lost its way.
That's one of those movies that I predicted the killer like immediately, and you
guys you did. It was like scene 2. You're like, that's the killer.
And you guys are like, what are you talking about? Just because I said because she's goth and she's telling you she's dressed dark. They're like,
yeah, but that's not the
no, huh? You just saying that she's goth and depressed? Is that why you're calling her the killer? I was right the whole time. Thank you.
This one I heard of. This one I heard was really bad. Yeah, I heard.
That was
everybody was talking about this
ladies
one.
And gentlemen, the War of the Worlds.
Ice Cube got a check. Number 1, The Strangers Chapter 2. I could have told you that just from the trailer.
I should have watched.
I don't like Strangers movies. I didn't like the original Strangers movies. I thought Pray at Night had some cool looking visuals, but it sucked ass. Then I didn't even bother to watch the new Strangers Chapter 1 or Strangers Chapter 2. Eventually, I'm going to have to watch them, but I don't like no damn Strangers movies.
You know what?
They are ass to me.
I kind of feel the same way about the Purge movies. Like I like the Purge 1, and then the rest of them sucked.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind. I don't think all of them sucked. I kind of like the first Purge, and I like Election Year. But
Yeah,
the
it
other
was just,
ones, the other ones I would never rewatch.
Yeah.
Then they have for the most overrated. They voted for Clown in a Cornfield.
Yeah. It'd have been better if it was just one clown and not a town of clowns.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I mean, 2026, man. If you haven't seen these movies already, what are you waiting on?
Oh, I didn't see Fominky Latte's comment here. She said, "The Surfer becomes a horror movie when you realize it takes place in Australia." Ah. Now they're gonna.
And Fo also says War of the Worlds was stupid funny.
Mm-hmm.
The aliens, they have our. It sounded like he was reading that
Our
whole
data.
voiceover.
Most underrated film, him. I think it's because people just didn't go and see it.
Like, I think it's very underrated.
Yeah, it's very underrated. I thought it was.
I thought it was went off on a rant.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie. It wasn't amazing, but it was good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that your sister went on a rant about that. Remember, she was like,
"Yes,
yeah." I just remember her rant.
I think she was just upset because Marlon Wayans put the gun in his mouth and pretended to fillet the gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gotta loosen up a little bit, man.
Yeah, I know. She doesn't like that. I think that's the end of this one. Oh wait, there's another one. Most disappointing. I forgot Wolfman happened. That's one for my worst stuff. Yeah. I forgot that the Wolfman even came out this year. And we went to. Did we go to a premiere for that one?
Yes.
Yeah, we went to a premiere or
it was
a screening for it.
Extremely stupid.
Oh my god, it was horrible. The only thing good about it was the wolf vision, and I will never respect a bald-headed wolf man. Like, come on.
No, I know.
Why is the wolf man bald-headed? Why did he lose his hair when he became a wolf? That makes no sense. I hated that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was horrible. I don't even remember most of it.
Mm-hmm. And wolf vision. That's like the only two cool things is wolf vision, and when that one scene where he kept on hearing stomping upstairs, and he's like, "What the hell? I can't sleep without stomping." He goes upstairs to see what's stomping, and it was just a little bug walking on the wall. But because he has super hearing.
Dog hearing.
He's got like dog hearing, wolf hearing, that he can hear it now. That was decent. All right, and now we're on to our last article.
All right.
I thought I did. Hang on. Let me pause on this site and then reload the page.
Pause.
Yeah. This is Variety's worst movies of 2025. I don't know if they will all. Let me see if I can skip ad. If it'll let me. These are not all horror movies, they're just movies in general. So
worst movies though.
Yeah.
Let's see if I agree. Is it probably how many does it say?
Oh no, it doesn't say. I don't know, it doesn't say. Let's see. This is written by Owen Gleiberman and Peter de Bruges. And so they have here. Number 1 is Eden. I had not heard of this movie at all.
Nope. Just keep going.
It says, Ron Howard's chaotic, dyspeptic mess of historical drama plops us down on one of Galapagos Islands in 1929, where we get to hang out with a quintet of characters who evolve from eccentric to dislikable to unbearable. Yeah, that doesn't sound engaging or entertaining at all.
No.
Well, let's see, what else do they have on here? Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I've heard unanimously that this one sucked. I probably should have went to go see it for myself, but I will find time to watch sometime. Sometime this week I can watch it.
This probably you can find it.
No, I'm saying I can find it to watch it this week. But my point is that's why I didn't have us do our best and worst of 2025, because there's a few movies that I think that we should probably watch before we try to do our best of, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is one of them I think that we should watch.
Well, spoiler alert, I didn't like Five Nights at Freddy 1, so you already know my answer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
I didn't like Five Nights at Freddy 1 either. So there's that.
Yeah. I forgot where we watched it.
let's see what they have for number 3. The Testament of Anne Lee. I hadn't heard of this one. Says, you may have heard that it's visionary, spellbinding, fervid, tumultuous, and fierce, but you can't always believe what you hear. The word that best describes Mona Fastball's 18th century fever dream musical about a founder of the Shaker sect is stultifying. It's a movie that tries to be boldly austere, but it's so plotting and scattershot that sitting through all 137 minutes of it is a ritual of penance. Yikes. What else do they have? Here you go. Here's your guy. The Weekend. Cool. Hurry Up Tomorrow. That's the name of the movie. Remember, I couldn't remember. I said it was something tomorrow. Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Let's see what. Just read the first couple.
It says for some reason if for some reason you've been yearning to see a portrait of a pop star who makes Jeremy Allen White's gloomy, earnest home studio Bruce Springsteen scene the life of the party, look no further than this maddeningly pretentious vanity project drama about a navel-gazing pop idol who's in the middle of a nervous breakdown. He's played by The Weeknd, who preens and shadow boxes, but mostly mopes, cries, stares into the void, snorts cocaine off his manager's knuckles, and nails himself to the cross of his angsty turmoil.
All right.
You're not a normal human, bro, says manager Barry Keoghan. Or Keoghan. I think it's Keoghan. No, he's not. He's a posing, tear-stained minimalist narcissist. The director, Trey Edwards Schultz, stages this adjunct to The Weeknd's 2025 album by orchestrating a Shining/Barton Fink nightmare of paranoid vagueness, bathing the whole thing in heavy synthesizer strains so that it sounds like Enya is collaborating with Georgi Ligeti in the belly of a whale. The result may be the most tin-pot, grandiose pop star psychodrama since Under the Cherry Moon. Wow. I did not see Under the Cherry Moon. I was going to compare it to Graffiti Bridge. Because Purple Rain was great, but I think was it Graffiti Bridge that he did? I'm trying to remember. Was it Under the second Prince movie was not good. All right. Hey,
so did you see Purple Rain in a movie theater?
No, I saw it on VHS.
I did.
You saw it in a movie theater? Oh, that had to be great.
It was great. It was great.
Fominky Latte says the clips of Hurry Up Tomorrow are hilarious. Yes.
Oh, you know what? You guys have your own sense of humor. I'm gonna watch it.
I have not seen Anemone.
Anemone.
Anemone. Anemone. I can't say it.
That right there is
anemone.
A sea anemone.
Okay. Say that? What finally coaxed Daniel Day-Lewis out of his self-imposed retirement from acting? The chance to help his 27-year-old son, Ronan Day-Lewis, by lending a lustrous high profile to Ronan's feature directing debut. Oh, another Nepo baby. As an act of fatherly devotion, that's an unassailing thing to do. Unfortunately, what the elder Day-Lewis wound up calling attention to was a deadly backwoods two-hander in which he overplays the role of grizzled hermit, with Sean Bean as the estranged sibling who arrives to take him back to civilization. The movie is a sodden piece of art house inertia about fractured family bonds, the IRA, child sexual abuse within the Catholic Church, the trouble with the troubles, the meaning of anemone, it's a flower, enough themes to make you think that in a past life, Day-Lewis's character was at the center of some snail-paced 90s dud produced by Miramax. So there's that.
I'm gonna have to do that to you.
Wait. So, okay, and then these are Peter DeBruge's 5 worst movies. He says Life of Chuck, which I'm surprised because I've only heard positive things about Life of Chuck. It's the end of the world as we know it, and director Mike Flanagan feels fine serving up contrived fortune cookie aphorisms about how even the most one-dimensional among us contain multitudes. leaving no room for audiences to draw their own conclusions. The emotional manipulation starts with the Newton brothers' heavy-handed piano and string score, which punctuates every faux profound moment with a plunk. Nick Offerman's folksy narration further obliterates any semblance of realism, layering treacle on top of sap. I don't like how it sounds. Treacle on top of sap. That just makes it sound grody. And that's before we meet a schmuck named Chuck, played by Tom Hiddleston, whose phony baloney life is supposedly rendered meaningful by the random afternoon he spontaneously, unselfconsciously decides to soft shoe in public. Your mileage may vary. The film won the audience prize at the 2024 Toronto Film Festival, after all, and is based on a well-liked Stephen King novella. But I didn't buy a second of it. And considering Chiwetel Ejiofor's grading lecture on the significance of time, I want back the precious 6,643 seconds this movie wasted. Fomiki Latte continues. The Weeknd is unintentionally funny. I don't think he could ever be a good dramatic actor. No.
Hey. By the way, you check the private chat real quick, and just say yes or no. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna shut it off right now. I'll be right back.
All right. So the next one is The Electric State. I heard some negative things about this. I do know it costs a lot of money because there was a lot of CGI involved in it, to my knowledge, but we will continue. I'm going to read what it says here for The Electric State. An impressive feat for a lone artist, Simon Stalenhag's sci-fi picture book assembles striking paintings of a retro futuristic America in which massive droids loom over deserted landscapes. Visuals that are every bit as cinematic as that last shot of the Planet of the Apes. Now, that's a lot of, excuse me, that's a lot of highbrow talk, because that last shot in Planet of the Apes is so iconic. Oh my God, so iconic. In which the characters stumble upon a half-submerged Statue of Liberty. So why do they make for such soulless tableaus when translated to CG by the Russo brothers? The seemingly unstoppable siblings dilute Stalenhag's post-apocalyptic vision with a preposterous plot in which the brain of a comatose child inexplicably serves to power the entire grid. On the page, the robots don't speak, whereas the Russo ruined movie version imbues them with obnoxious voices and quirky catchphrases. The human characters prove even more annoying, whether it's lazy casting choice like Chris Pratt, wisecracking like some kind of low-rent Snake Plissken, or Stanley Tucci's not even remotely menacing turn as a Steve Jobs-like villain. Here's some Apple-sanctioned advice for the budget-burning siblings whose post-Avengers junk keeps clogging a Netflix pipeline. Think different. I remember when Apple, that used to be the Apple slogan, think different. And then there was an ad that was like, this is for the dreamers, the something, the something, the something. And then when the iPods came out, they had the silhouettes of the people dancing. Apple's always had really good marketing. But yeah, I didn't even watch The Electric State, despite, it's funny because when it comes to Netflix movies, when they try to do bigger budget movies, they have a hard time making them land. I remember I watched, I think it was Army of the Dead. It was okay, but it was basically like a big budget Sci-Fi Channel zombie movie. I couldn't even, put a whole lot of stock into it because that's what it felt like, a big budget Sci-Fi Channel movie. There's another one. I don't think, was it Zack Snyder also? It was like a Star Wars type movie, but it wasn't Star Wars. I'm going to ask Google. It'll probably tell me. Netflix original movie that was like Star Wars, but not Star Wars. See what Google comes up with. Immediately comes up with Rebel Moon. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Rebel Moon is a movie I'm talking about. High budget. I honestly, I didn't watch the second part of it. I only watched the first part of Rebel Moon. I was not interested enough to return for the second part of it. There's just something about, I feel the Duffer Brothers are pretty much the only people that can take a big Netflix budget so far and do something great with it. Anyone else that Netflix has given a big budget to, the return is just not there. Tony Man, did you happen to hear anything about the Electric State? I was just mentioning how when Netflix tries to do big budget, like with Rebel Moon or with Army of the Dead, they kind of flub it. If it's not a Stranger Things season, they kind of flub with the big budget pictures. What's your take on it?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. They don't. No, they didn't produce that. All right, you know what? You're kind of right. Except if it's not Stranger Things, then yeah, they kind of like go cheap on the budget.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
What?
When they have big budget movies, like do you remember Rebel Moon?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
It was all right.
But it wasn't great. It was just all right for all that money spent.
Yeah.
Did you see Army of the Dead?
No. You told me it sucked, so I got away from it.
Oh, that was another one. Big budget, Zack Snyder. And this one here, The Electric State, also big budget, big robot movie. I mean, I don't know anyone that watched it.
I think there's Rebel Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that Zack Snyder's as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so 2 out of the 3 movies that you said were Zack Snyder movies.
Yeah, so maybe Snyder's the problem.
Netflix.
Yeah, you're right. I did not see The Electric State, so I can't speak on it. But I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if it was a similar situation. Yeah, what about that movie with Denzel Washington's son and the robots? Was that a Netflix original or was that in the theaters?
No, that was in theaters.
Okay, because that had a similar feel.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what their number.
I thought this movie was released in the theaters. Because I liked it. I kind of like that robot that you see in the robot that you see with the smiley face.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like a small scene where it's moving around, like it's walking and normal. That might be it. But I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. And then I just never watched it. It's one of those things. I'm just like, All right.
Let's see what their number one worst movie. Oh no, I'm sorry.
That is.
I'm going backwards. See, that was their number 2. So their number 3 is War of the Worlds.
Oh. That's another one.
I mean, that's on everyone's list for worst stuff, so I don't think we even need to say anything more about that. The Actor. Never heard of this movie. Like, this is my first time even seeing this.
Yeah. What is it? Well, is it?
It says here it should.
No, go ahead.
It should have been a cause for celebration. 10 years after co-directing the soul-searching stop-motion movie Anomalisa with Charlie Kaufman, Duke Johnson finally made his live-action filmmaking debut. An inscrutable existential mystery about an actor with amnesia, that most convenient of narrative contrivances, struggling to piece together his lost identity. Does Andre Holland's character even have a personality beyond the roles he's inhabited? None of it makes sense, and it doesn't help that the film's cast play everything in such an archly Brechtian register that the whole exercise feels like peering into a cloudy snow globe, shot like one of those Frank Miller movies, composed entirely on green screen sound stages. The off-putting project was drawn from a Donald E. Westlake novel called Memory, but you'd be much better off watching No Other Choice, Korean director Park Chan-wook's adaptation of Westlake's The Axe. That's on my watch list, No Other Choice. It came out in 2025, but not it's not being distributed just yet in America. I think most of the reviews that I've seen of it have been people who saw it at film festivals. But I want to see No Other Choice when it comes off the festival circuit.
Yeah.
Because that's Park Chan-wook, and dude, he does
this
thing. I love it. Love it. Didn't he also do Old Boy?
No. Oh, yes he did. Yes.
Yeah. Presence is on their list of worst. I don't think it's the worst at all. I think it's unfairly put on this worst of list. But let me see what they say, why they're saying it's their worst. I'm glad Steven Soderbergh wasn't serious about retiring, and I suppose he's entitled to doodle however he sees fit. The indie superhero has 2 new movies this year that I truly adored. Black Bag very nearly made my top 10 list, while The Christophers, which features a delectable late career turn from Ian McKellen, gives this sophisticated audiences something to look forward to in 2026. But I have nothing good to say about Presence, which I walked out of at the 2024 Sundance Film Festival and found no pleasure in having to rewatch this past January. Under the pseudonym of DP Peter Andrew, Soderbergh shot this dizzy-making haunted house movie from the point of view of the ghost, or so goes the hook for a dull and downright clunky horror yawn in which the camera feels more robotic than possessed, trading tension for tedium. So this person just was bored. They were bored by it. They couldn't get into it.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. Jesus.
I wasn't bored because watching things from the ghost perspective kind of gave it a found footage feel to me.
Yeah.
Dishonorable
mention. I haven't seen this, so I can't really confirm nor deny that.
Dishonorable mention, Snow White. I've not seen it, but I just thought as soon as they didn't have actual dwarves in it, I didn't want to see it. I was like...
So wait, there's Snow White, and then there's Wicked, and Wicked 2?
Yeah.
What the fuck? In the same year?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of princess stuff going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they I don't know if you know what happened with the dwarves. Originally they were going to be dwarves, and then Peter Dinklage made a big stink about how dwarves shouldn't have to play magical mystical creatures anymore. And so then they switched to like regular sized actors, and then everyone said, yeah, but it's Snow White and the 7 Dwarves. That's the name of the story. So then they end up CGIing the dwarves. So the dwarves are not actors, they're just CGI creations. And then a lot of actors in the Little People community was like, those are jobs we could have had. And so they're pretty pissed at Peter Dinklage. Most notably Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
He freaking hates him. And there's another smaller statured actor that went off on Peter Dinklage because they're basically like, yeah, you can get Game of Thrones stuff, but we can't. That would have been our paycheck going being one of the dwarves. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So that's that. Sandy Absolute is in the house. She says, "Hey guys, hey Sandy."
Yo, Sandy, I am guest starring today on this. What did
Tony
I just watch?
Is guest starring.
Sorry, the horror movie news. Her, as I call it, the horror potpourri.
Yeah, horror potpourri.
That's right.
Also, I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion. I don't think Rachel Zegler makes a great Snow White. Because she didn't even seem like she liked the role. Like every time she was interviewed, she would say something negative about Snow White, and I'm like, this is a character you're playing. So why are
White.
Like, why are you shitting on the character you're playing? It's not good.
They get too big for themselves, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know who her representatives are, or who her agent is, or who her manager is, but someone needs to tell her, hey, dead that. Don't do that when you're on a press tour.
You remember what my philosophy? Wow, you know what? Yeah, some actors and actresses. Remember what I told you?
What's that?
That they're empty vessels, and that whatever the director pours into their head is what they become, or what you know. So that's why they have publicists and stuff, because they just mix stuff up and boop,
that's why I said I don't. That's why I said I don't know who her people are, because her publicist, her manager, her agent, they all should have had a talk with her about how to do press for Snow White. It was never going to be great anyways because of the whole debacle with the dwarves, but she didn't have to add to it and make it worse. And it was already, she already had to deal with the people who are upset because she's half Puerto Rican. And they were like, she's not Snow White. It was like, it doesn't matter because it doesn't exist.
It's stupid.
There aren't dwarves that work in a mine either. Like, get over it. It's just a fucking Disney movie.
Although, I know that there are some workers that work in a tree. You don't get it.
You mean the Keebler elves?
No.
Oh.
Let's clear the way. Worry another day. Let the music
No, those
play.
are dozers.
Yeah,
There's
but they
Fraggle
worked in the
Rock and-
tree.
No, the dozers didn't work in a tree. They were building stuff. They would build like these little crystal
Candy
structures.
buildings.
Yeah, and the Fraggles would eat their buildings. And they would just start building again.
Ah, those are
Is
the
that it?
days. Yeah.
I guess
But
that's
Snow
it
White,
for that.
man.
It says
How
jump
did
to
you know?
comments. I don't
Yeah.
want to do comments. Yeah.
No.
So I guess we'll close up shop. I'm tired anyways. I was trying to stop yawning. I'm just yawning and yawning and yawning because I'm so tired today.
Did you? That was the last worst of?
Yeah, it was the last worst of.
Wow. There's only 3?
Yeah, I only had 3 articles so far. Well, I mean, we're gonna have to make our own list. You know that.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
The question is, how should we present it? Should we do, like one episode is just your best of, and then my best of, and then your worst of, and then my worst of, or should we combine them together?
Combine. I think it would be better. Like honestly, like if we do it like the best of and worst of. If I do the worst of, I'm almost 100% positive that you'll have an issue with 1 or 2 of them, and we can have a debate about it, or we can discuss. You know what I mean? Like I'll be like, oh, my number 1 was good, but you're like, wait a minute, what? No. And why do you say that? You know, like that kind of thing. We could have a discussion about them. We could do it like that, or we could just have a conversation when we do both do a best of and a worst of.
You know what? No, I'm wrong. There is another worst of. Hang on.
Did you even hear any of what I just said?
I'm sorry. I was trying to pull something up.
You know what? Listen to the replay. You'll find I was giving a suggestion about it, right? Oh boy.
I have to reload this.
I'm totally looking at the news, the local news at 5. It says Florida man accused of chasing a man with a knife inside of a Cocoa Beach gas station. And they got his mugshot and he's smiling. Oh, this face.
Okay, so this is.
Well,
I'm trying to get to.
That's fine. We can talk about my favorite weekend songs.
What's your favorite weekend songs while I'm trying to pull this up?
Blinded by the Light. No, not Blinded by the Light. Oh, the other one. Gasoline. I like Gasoline. It's 5 a.m. my time again. That one. I like that because he sounds so 80s.
All right. I'm going to pull this back up and we'll go up to 50. They have on the best Meat Kills.
Well, yeah.
How did you feel about Meat Kills?
I would leave it at right where it is. It would go up in my top 10. It was okay, but it wasn't going to be the whole. They're talking about how it was gory and gross, and I'm thinking it might be something crazy. And it was.
Nah, it wasn't that gory at all.
It's hard to beat Chainsaw Down.
Yep. The Devil and the Daylong Brothers.
Never heard of that.
I haven't heard of that either. It says, have you ever seen a Southern Gothic musical? Well, if not, then The Devil and Daylong Brothers should be your first. The story follows 3 brothers, same father, different mothers, who are on a quest for revenge. Their father sold their souls to the devil, and they're in a desperate need of a confrontation with their old man. With pulpy graphic novel visuals and eminently catchy music throughout, The Devil and the Daylong Brothers is a violent and emotional blast. I wonder if they also sing The Devil Went Down to Georgia. That would be interesting.
Wow.
If they put it in there.
Yeah.
The Death of Snow White.
My God.
No, I hadn't heard of this one either. Yeah. Public domain. Public domain. Among the multitude of public domain-inspired horror, few stand out like The Death of Snow White. This is a grim fairy tale that vaguely follows the original tale of Snow White, but with more blood and gore. It works surprisingly well. The budget is obviously low, but that helps give it a retro appeal akin to low-budget straight-to-video fantasy movies of the 1980s and 90s. The Death of Snow White is super fun. Okay, I might add that one to my list because it could be it could be as good as The Ugly Stepsister. So I'm going to add
yeah,
the
you
Death
might
of
be
Snow
right.
White.
Might be right.
Okay, I added that to my list. What did I have for number 24? Bird Eater. Didn't hear about this one either. It's a bunch of movies I have not heard of.
Well, you better start writing them down, or
Yeah.
do a
Well, I
list.
have this article saved also. Sandy says, I haven't seen the last 4 movies. I don't know about these horror musicals. Yeah.
That's what I said. Except for the Lady Shasha, like Sweeney Todd. That was it.
I also like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I like Phantom of the Paradise. Bird Eater is a thriller that feels like a slowly burning fuse. The opening scene show us the relation between the movie's 2 main characters, Irene and Louis, and it's clear that there is toxicity present. However, it takes a while for everything to explode. Louis invites, or rather guilts his fiancée Irene to attend his bachelor party at an isolated house, and that's where secrets begin to spill out. I don't know why it's called Bird Eater, but we'll continue.
Yeah, you never.
Chainsaws Were Singing. This is another horror musical. Chainsaws Were Singing.
What I was going to say was you never have a bachelor party and invite your fiance.
Yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're doing what they call a Jack and Jill. They call that a Jack and Jill party. It's not a bachelorette party.
No.
Chainsaws Were Singing might get a little too goofy at times, but it's ultimately a beautifully crafted musical horror comedy. It follows a man's search for his girlfriend after she's kidnapped by a chainsaw-wielding murderer and taken back to his family of cannibals. The journey is strange and silly, and the songs are incredibly catchy. It seems like it might be in the same vein as Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. I count that as a musical. That is a musical.
That was?
Yeah, there was a musical number.
Oh.
You don't remember? Only Fangs. You get it? Like Only Fans, but it's Only Fangs.
It's on my list already.
Where are they getting these movies from? Like, this list is a list of movies nobody saw. I'm going to save it, though, because these could be great movies that just flying under the radar. A group of female vampires has pitched an idea by an amateur monster hunter. Why not start a spicy site that features photos and videos of hot vampire chicks while offering an authentic vampire experience for users willing to pay more money and give a little blood in the process? The OnlyFangs app is a hit, but with the attention comes forces who would destroy the vamps. OnlyFangs is a micro-budget horror comedy that is sexy, bloody, and fun. I would probably watch it. If it's like on Shudder or something, I'd watch it. The Wild.
Kill some time.
Mm-hmm. The Wild does an amazing job building his characters and thrusting them into emotional conflict. Stories about 3 friends who have grown apart after the death of their mutual friend Bea. They go on a camping. As they're saying this, it's giving. Oh God, what's the movie where the girls went spelunking and then those creatures came out from caves?
The Descent.
Yes, The Descent. Thank you. That's what this is giving. But secrets and lies among them boil over as the truth about Bea's death bubbles towards the surface. A little more ambiguity concerning the ending could have made The Wild even better, but as it is, it's one of the best dark thrillers of the year. The Monkey. I thought this was mediocre. It had a couple cool kill scenes, but other than that, not memorable at all. Sorry, Osgood Perkins. The Damned.
Nepo baby.
Yeah, Osgood is a Nepo baby too. That is Tony Perkins' child. Sandy Absolute says, I would like to see singing chainsaws. This says, Odessa Young stars as Eva, the manager of a fishing station who is faced with impossible decisions. The Damned employs a strong sense of dread to tell a story about isolation, survival, and guilt. The story is set in the late 1800s in a frozen fjord in northern Iceland. It's another one if it comes on Netflix or something. Revelations.
Uh-oh.
I know I'm yawning again. Revelations is at its best when it's creating interesting moral dilemmas among its 3 lead characters. At the center is Kwan Young Rae, a troubled man who is recently deceased after committing a horrific crime. Then there's Lee Yong-hui, a police inspector whose sister was assaulted by Kwan. Completing the triangle is Sung Min Chan, the pastor of a small church who begins investigating Kwan when his daughter disappears, and who then becomes convinced that God has chosen him to deal with Kwan in his own way.
Hey,
The movie,
we saw this shit.
this was called. I liked it when it was called. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on the name.
With the ash creatures.
No. This, I'm gonna read this line again and tell me what it reminds you of. He then becomes convinced that God has chosen him to deal with Kwan in his own way.
I Saw the Devil?
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. I Saw the Devil. That's what this is giving.
No, this is giving me that other one we saw.
You're talking about the TV show with the what was the name of that TV show? And I used to cover it on this channel.
Yeah, with the ash creatures that would like come up and you had to repent for your sins.
Netflix Korean drama about ash creatures.
I'm sorry.
No, it's giving me a different one. It's called Gyeonsong Preacher, but that's not the one.
That's not the one I was talking about.
No, it's not. So hold on. Netflix K-drama about creatures that drag you to hell. It's giving me Rebel Moon. No, that's not it. Okay, let me try again.
Wait. Wow. This shit sucks, dude.
Netflix Korean horror series.
There you go.
Hellbound.
Yeah.
If it basically listed them and said, which one you want? Kingdom, All of Us Are Dead, Sweet Home, Hellbound. I had to go down the list. It was like, yes, it was Hellbound. Yeah. So I didn't finish Sweet Home. I need to finish Sweet Home. I liked All of Us Are Dead. That was good. Kingdom was great. Do you remember Kingdom?
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty good. We're still waiting on the next season of that. They've been promising us the next season of Kingdom for a while, and we didn't get it. Okay, I guess sidetrack. I Know What You Did Last Summer came in at number 31 on their list. Bloody Axe Wound. Did I start watching this? I think I might have started watching this, and then I started watching it
with me.
Yeah. In a town where slasher villain is a job description and their murders are caught on tape and viewed as entertainment, I turned this off after the first 20 minutes. I was like, this is trash, and I turned it off. Maybe it got better after 20 minutes. I don't know. But I just wasn't feeling it. The Rage, Blood from the Sea. Definitely never heard of this one.
I never heard of that.
A woman is granted power by a spirit of the sea so that she may exact revenge on the men responsible for another woman's brutal murder. The Rage, Blood from the Sea is a revenge movie that feels like it's paying homage to 1970s era exploitation movies. Some of the CGI is dodgy, but the story is straightforward and satisfying, and the torture revenge scenarios are well developed. Okay. Death Whisperer 2. Definitely didn't hear about this one.
No.
But that still looks great. I like how that looks. Though it isn't as funny as, say, Evil Dead 2, 1987, Death Whisperer 2 feels like it owes a lot to that movie. From the shotgun-wielding hero wearing a blue shirt, to the people being possessed in ways similar to Deadites, and even to the contrasting darkness/lightness of the movie's tone, Death Whisperer 2 definitely feels inspired by Sam Raimi's iconic franchise. That's a good thing because it makes the movie feel vaguely familiar while still covering new ground, though, through its Thai urban legend lens. At the end of the day, it's simply very fun, supernatural. I'm adding this one too on my list. Death Whisperer.
We have to watch Death Whisperer 1.
Yeah.
Remember
one.
Well, then again, 2. I don't know, because wasn't there a movie that we saw that was like the Bro Party Massacre 2, but there was never any number 1. He just
it was Dude Bro Massacre 3, and there was no Dude Bro Massacre 1 or 2. Push. It says here, in Push, a pregnant realtor attempts to show and sell an isolated house, is stalked by a mysterious man. The dark atmosphere and slowly building tension are the best parts of this movie. The ending stumbles a bit, but the creeping dread of the cat and mouse portion of the movie is extremely effective. I've not heard of this one at all.
I've heard of this movie.
You have?
Yeah, a pregnant woman that gets stalked and she's all alone.
Oh, you're talking about oh God, what is it called?
La Intérieur.
La Intérieur. Inside, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking of the French title first.
But that's exactly what that's what the premise sounds like.
Yeah. Somnium. Okay, it says Somnium is a dramatic psychological thriller with a few. See, this is why their list is so long. They're including everything under horror. Why did they not separate these lists and say, this is my best of horror, this is my best of thriller, this is my best of sci-fi?
Did they put tags at least?
No, it's just I'm just reading it within the body of the description. So
no, I'm saying like underneath. Okay, yeah, underneath the pictures when they have like tags or like something that you can click on, or even in it, like how like if you read like the newspaper, like Daily News or whatever, inside embedded in the story it will say like happened last Tuesday, whatever, and it was blue, so you could click on it and go back to the original story. So in this they should have had like some whatever the hell the movie is called is a dramatic psychological thriller, but if they had it blue it would have went to a link of the top 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what they should have did. They should have tagged something in it to put it to another site.
Yeah, so it says the sleep center where aspiring actress Gemma works is doing experiments to plant ideas of success into people's minds. The basic story is if they can dream it, they can achieve it. Gemma's personal struggle with self-confidence threatens to overtake her, and as she learns more about Somnium's darker side, she starts having inexplicable and terrifying experiences. The solution to the story feels a little unearned, but the drama leading up is very well done. All right, let's see what's next. Popeye the Slayer Man is on your list for the best.
Awesome. I'm just
no, it was not. This movie was mediocre. If there was something mediocre, like it wasn't the worst.
Hey, as long as he said, I think if he said it, I think he said, "I am what I am."
Yes.
And I was sold.
This doesn't belong on anyone's
God,
best of list.
Is horrible. This is still the best of.
Yeah, I think so.
He just put the top 50 horror movies that came out this year is what he did.
Yeah, because I feel like you just listed all the movies that came out this year rather than, What's next? Harvest Brood. Never heard of this one.
Sounds like
the biggest compliment I can give Harvest Brood is that it feels like a homemade shot on VHS movie straight out of the late 90s. If that's your genre, then you're probably going to enjoy this. The movie is presented as part pseudo-documentary, part no-budget narrative film, and the story focuses on days leading up to Halloween in a small Alabama town in 2006. Strange murders are occurring, and we watch as the lore surrounding 4 mutant beings is examined before our characters come face to face with them. That actually sounds kind of interesting. Just because of mutants. New Fear's Eve. My bad.
All right.
This mask looks terrible.
How dare you? Look at it.
It's supposed to look creepy, but it doesn't.
It looks like a pterodactyl.
Goofy. It looks goofy. Okay, New Fear's Eve is a gloriously fun slasher comedy with retro appeal. It's loaded with mini kills featuring old school practical effects. The jokes range from eye-rolling chuckles to sudden guffaws, and there's even enough character development and mystery to make this feel like the beginning of a series. Fingers crossed. The movie is about a mass killer who invades an office New Year's Eve party and the 3 friends, co-workers who try to find an escape from all the bloodshed. They had me at old school practical effects. I'm writing this down. New Fear's Eve.
New Fear's Eve.
New Fear's Eve. Descendant. Descendant is first and foremost a psychological thriller and drama, which is why it shouldn't be on your best of horror list. It's about a man who sees a mysterious light in the sky, is blinded by the light, then wakes up with memories of being abducted by aliens. His personality begins to change as he deals with the lingering effects of his experience and as he continues to have unsettling visions. There's a kind of dream logic running through Descendant, which could put some viewers off, but that approach to the story is also the film's biggest strength. Yeah, Hot Springs Shark Attack. This seems like it could be so bad that it's good. The construction of a resort wakes up ancient sharks with the ability to swim through water pipes, resulting in a series of deadly shark attacks popping up in public baths spread throughout the city of Atsumi. Hot Springs Shark Attack is supremely silly and utterly enjoyable. It has a pleasant mixture of goofy CGI and practical effects, and the story is dumb in a good way. I'm sold on that. Hot Springs Shark Attack. Hey, I liked Ghost Shark.
Yeah, you did. You really did. I mean, you like the Anaconda?
Yes, I do.
Anacondas.
Alligator, Piranha, Tentacles. These are great movies.
Yep. And they all feature what? Tomorrow it will be killer animals. What movie did you say was A low of 62 degrees?
Alexa, stop. Yeah, Shockma wasn't good though. Bloodstar is a nicely paced thriller about a woman driving through the desert who is stalked by a murderous small-town sheriff. The movie begins with a tense and somewhat familiar scenario, but the stakes are raised dramatically thanks to a few well-timed brutal moments. It feels like one of those movies from the early 80s.
Yeah.
With the person chasing someone else. They put Clown in the Cornfield as number 43. I think it could have gone higher. Queens of the Dead is already on my list. I have to watch that. Although I've been told that Slay is a little bit better than Queens of the Dead, but I am going to watch both. A drag show in Brooklyn is cut short when the dead rise. Queens of the Dead starts off well. It's funny and filled with interesting characters, and the setup is engaging. As the movie goes on, it starts to lose some of its charm as the focus of the story begins to wear a bit thin. Even so, Queen of the Dead is pleasantly fun zombie comedy. This is also from another Nepo baby. The director of this film is Tina Romero, who is the daughter of George A. Romero.
Damn. Okay.
Ash. I've heard a lot of positive things about Ash.
Have you? Sorry, folks.
This is probably the laziest Friday I've ever felt because my body is just saying, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. I probably will go to sleep early tonight, though.
6:30.
I'm gonna try. I'm trying to stay awake because I feel like if my mind says, oh, I want to go to bed at 8 o'clock. But if I go to bed at 8 o'clock, I'll wake up at midnight and then I won't be able to go back to sleep. So I'm trying to force myself to stay up to at least 10 o'clock because then maybe sometimes even if I go to bed at 10 o'clock, if I go to bed at 10 o'clock, I'll wake up at 2 a.m.
Okay.
It's bad. That's trying to sleep through the night is an issue for me.
Never mind.
Okay.
Keep some stuff to myself.
Ash feels like it's setting viewers up for something deep and meaningful, but it ends up being a B movie masquerading as high art. And that's exactly why it works so well. The movie looks good, the atmosphere is dark and foreboding, and the structure of the narrative borders on pretentiousness. But then the reveal of the story's central mystery happens, and it turns into a familiar sci-fi horror plot. It's fun misdirection if you can get into it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What Lives Here? What Lives Here is a micro-budget slasher that gets back to the basics of the genre. A junk removal crew takes a job at a house with a history of murder, and they are killed one by one. It's a basic story presented in a straightforward way with a bunch of bloody kill scenes. It's awesome. All right, I'm going to write that one down. What Lives Here? I'm going to write down Ash, too. Ash and What Lives Here.
But I agree.
All right, let's see what else we got.
I agree with Sandy that she said 10 minutes ago. Some of these titles might be better than the movie. I have to agree.
Mm-hmm. The Only Ones. Nicky and his friends travel to his late uncle's house, and they are confronted by fear, paranoia, and death. Though the premise sounds like a slasher movie, The Only Ones isn't quite a slasher in the traditional sense. No spoilers here, but the twist on the genre makes it feel more like Bodies, Bodies, Bodies rather than a simple stalk and slash film. It works very well, making The Only Ones a wonderful micro-budget surprise. I didn't love Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I just thought it was okay.
Oh, really? I thought you liked it.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't rewatch it.
Oh.
We saw this one, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. That's going on my worst stuff. Let me write that down to put on my worst stuff list because that was trash.
Come here.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Make another list here.
I fucking no. I think I toned out halfway through the movie. It was that bad. Come here, boy.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Live in Neverland.
Now, let me see what they say about it. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare is the best movie in the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey shared universe. Easily. It's about Wendy Darling's search for her brother Michael after he is kidnapped by a twisted killer named Peter Pan. The film is creepy, unsettling, and bloody. The story might be a bit shallow, but from an aesthetic point of view, it's well made. Aesthetically, it's a good-looking movie. Everything looks cool in it, but it was boring and not scary and not really gory either. It was just style over substance.
That much is true.
Happy ending. Haven't heard of this one either. Brand and Ezra are having relationship issues, so they decide to go to a massage parlor to see if a happy ending will help their intimacy issues. The trouble is, they've chosen a parlor where a stalker has fixated on one of the workers. Happy ending is more of a surprise thriller than a horror movie, with character building drama being a main focus for the first half of the movie. There is some deadly danger by the end, though, along with some satisfyingly surprising moments along the way. Not sold.
Yeah.
Movie's ranked 50 to 99.
Me and my
I'm gonna
go ahead.
I was just gonna jump all the way down to the last ones to see what the worst on their list is. Go ahead and talk while I'm doing that.
I was gonna say that even with having I'm just saying it like this. I guess you would think that if a husband and wife are having sexual issues, you wouldn't go to a massage parlor to both get happy endings and have somebody finish both of you off, because then why even be together? You know what I mean? It's like, that's stupid. Having a strange person or a masseuse. No, I don't understand these things, man.
Okay, should we do the bottom 50 or the bottom 20?
The bottom 20.
Okay.
Because you're yawning, so.
Yeah. This one was not that bad. The Haunted Apartment, Miss K.
I
just wanted to mention that. I like that. I don't know why they put it so low on those.
The House on Eden.
That was the House on Eden was bad.
You didn't even watch it. Oh,
we did watch it.
Oh, you did watch it. Wasn't that the?
Yeah.
With the. Go ahead.
With the two, or am I confusing this for a different movie?
No, that's the found footage one I watched. I think
I'm confusing it for another found footage movie that also had influencers in it.
Yes, this one sucked because it was written by another YouTuber, and I remember I said it sucked, and people were like, "What? It was written by so and so, and she's a YouTuber," and I said, "I don't give a shit. It sucked. It was horrible.
I recognize
the dumbest movie."
The girl there with the plaid shirt, Selena Myers, aka Selena Spooky Boo. I watched some of her videos where she orders products from Temu and she reviews Temu products. Those videos she makes are great. I don't know about this movie, but her Temu. I don't.
Why don't you do reviews on SHEIN?
I am gonna do some SHEIN reviews. Absolutely.
AliExpress.
I'm actually working on my intro for my review videos. I'm going to call it something with the word consumer in it, because I feel like right now is a good time to let people know what's worth something and what isn't worth something.
How if you tell me that this woman filmed
Mhm.
House on Eden using nothing but cameras from Temu, I'd be
Yeah.
impressed.
Mhm.
But no. Nope.
Neither one of us went to go see Hell House LLC Lineage, and I think
No.
it's on Shudder now.
Weren't we
I
supposed to
suppose-
watch it and then we
Yeah, we were. Let me write that back down because we were supposed to watch it.
just never did.
Yep.
We left it out. We left it out of the list.
Hell House LLC Lineage. Okay. Control Freak is on my list. That's on Hulu, or formerly Hulu, because after I don't know what date in January Hulu is going to be gone. It's just going to be Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
But it's An Eye for an Eye. That was on my list. I never got around to watching that one either. It takes place in Florida.
Oh,
But
that's amazing.
An Eye.
Are
Okay.
you're literally writing these down?
The Protos Experiment. Heard nothing about it.
It looks like Flatliners.
Gates of Flesh.
That looks stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that zombie looks stupid.
It's the CGI on the mouth.
Oh, speaking of into the deep,
Mm-hmm.
that surfing, that girl that the American shark movie with the girl that got stuck on the reef. I think it was called
Yeah.
The Reef.
I think it was called The Reef.
I looked, and the Chinese made a bootleg movie called The Reef. It's exactly the same movie, but it's with Asian women.
Or is it a remake? I mean, we
don't know.
we do remakes of their movies. Why shouldn't they do remakes of ours?
Kill Giggles.
Kill
What
Giggles.
the fuck?
Tommy is a serial killer who is driven to kill every clown in the world. His stance on clown murder softens when he meets Eden, but he soon learns that Eden's father is the king of the clowns, Giggles. Kill Giggles has some good ideas, but his lack of singular focus hurts what could be a really good story.
It just sounds stupid.
Waltz. This mask looks creepy. Waltz is about Alice, a woman who decides to do some online modeling after losing her job. This happens in the first half of the movie, and it's surprisingly compelling. Then Alice is kidnapped by someone in a mask who confronts her with all of her misdeeds through long speeches and a bit of torture. This latter half of the movie isn't so great. Yeah, if you're just going to speechify to someone who's tied in a chair, I'm not going to sit and watch that. Red Knight at Skies. Against his better judgment, an ex-soldier with money problems agrees to take part in the robbery of a pawn shop. What he doesn't know is that there are horrific experiments going on beneath the pawn shop, but he learns about them firsthand when the robbery is botched and he ends up trapped in a basement.
See, that
Red
doesn't
Knight.
sound bad.
Yeah, that doesn't actually sound bad at all.
It's a crazy premise.
Mm-hmm. Says there's a lot of fun to be had in how ridiculous the story gets. I'll bite. I'm writing that one down too. Red Knight at Skies.
Oh.
And it'll depend on if I have access to this, because not everything is streaming. So,
Yeah.
Curse of the Seven Seas. Interesting image there. Feels like a missed opportunity. Story is okay. It's about a family who is afflicted with a curse, which makes their family members sick before killing them in horrifically gory ways. As the member of his family drop one by one, Artie tries to discover who put the curse on them. Can he stop it before they're all dead? There's a decent reveal during the course of Artie's investigation, but one of the most interesting parts of his quest is skipped over almost entirely. This is to say the movie has issues with what it chooses to focus on, which makes it feel like a common Indonesian curse movie rather than a unique exploration of mythology. I'm willing to try it just because Indonesian I know is going to have some good ass gore. Because Indonesians, they don't shy away from.
No, they
from
don't.
That. So
at all.
Curse of the Seven Seas. All right, what's up next? Bystanders. That's already on my list. That's on Shudder. Not Shudder.
No.
Tubi. Bystanders is on Tubi.
Oh.
It's rough around the edges, but it has an exciting premise. It's a revenge movie about Abby, a woman who was assaulted and sent out into the woods to be haunted and killed. While on the run, Abby is helped by a nice-looking couple who happen to be driving by. They don't take her to the police, though. Instead, the couple, who are experts in various forms of murder, help Abby deal with her attackers through severe bodily harm. See, that sounds like a fun movie.
Yeah, it does. It actually does.
Did we watch Mouseboat Massacre?
Yes, we did.
I think we did.
Yeah, David Allen Thornton was Mickey.
Mm-hmm. Or was that?
But he was
no,
small.
that might have been. No, I don't think that was Mouseboat Massacre. That might have been Steamboat Willie.
Was it?
Or Steamboat. There was several of these Mickey Mouse Killer movies this year.
Yes, there was.
I think that one might have been Steamboat Willie. Mouseboat Massacre is strangely a mashup of The Ring, Steamboat Willie, and a generic slasher. The elements of The Ring come in the form of a VHS tape that a woman watches that somehow unleashes a mouse mass killer. The generic slasher portion comes into play when a woman is being isolated to recover from a drug addiction. Yeah, we didn't watch this one. We watched the one where the girls went on the ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was called Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, it was just Staten Island Ferry.
Mm-hmm.
And little Mickey Mouse was killing everybody.
Yep. The ceremony is about to begin. This still looks bad. This still looks like somebody shot this on their cell phone, and they probably did. The ending of the ceremony is about to begin is the best part of the movie. Sadly, the path to get there feels longer than it really is. The film is a pseudo-documentary about a filmmaker named Keith, creating a doc about a cult whose beliefs involved Egyptian mythology. Keith attempts to interview Anubis, the leader of the cult, but his quirky nature can't hide the fact that he is up to something involving a ceremony. The pace of the movie drags after the first few minutes, but if you stick around to the end, you might have a good time with it. Jolly Monkey, we saw that one. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't great either.
It was pretty,
it was pretty bad.
No, don't you dare.
I would say I enjoyed it up to a point. I feel like if it had stopped 20 minutes earlier than it stopped, I would give it higher marks.
Yeah,
much higher
and
marks.
you interviewed, and
I did interview the director.
Her interview.
My interview with the director was really good. He was very, very friendly.
Did you interview the actors too?
Yeah, a couple of the actors were on, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the crew is great. I mean, typically when I meet actors and directors of smaller film projects, they tend to be pretty cool people. It's rare that I run into someone that hasn't been, really cool. But again, I mostly talk to people who are like in the indie sphere, so it's different. Great White Waters, obviously a shark movie.
Again, another one.
It's a Tubi original. Great White Waters is a rather standard low-budget shark movie combined with an equally standard crime thriller. It's about, well, to be fair, Cruel Jaws also had a crime thriller subplot. Do you remember watching Did you watch Cruel Jaws with me and Trissa?
Absolutely not. That was on one of the bottom of the barrels. And it was that chick that was just talking the whole movie.
No. Cruel Jaws is the Italian.
Then yes, I saw that. What was the other one?
It was an 80s Italian movie that it's like that they're supposed to be in Florida, but you could tell that they shot it in Italy.
Oh yes. I did see that with you guys. But what was the one I was just talking about?
With the girl just talking. No Shark?
No, there it is. Okay.
You're thinking of No Shark. Yeah, no. Cruel Jaws actually had a shark. Remember the shark jumped in the air and bit the guy he was dangling from the helicopter?
Yes. It was horrible.
Yeah, that was cruel. That was Cruel Jaws.
That was horrible.
But there was also a crime thriller subplot with the mafioso dudes. Let's see, Cutter's Club. That's someone in my chat told me about Cutter's Club. This is a movie that Tony Todd filmed in the 90s, I think, and it was shelved for many, many years, and they finally released it. It says Cutter's Club is better as a historical curiosity than as a movie. It began filming in the early 2000s. I thought it started in the 90s, my bad. But it was never finished, and the footage couldn't be found. After Tony Todd's death, director Charles Band finally tracked the footage down and presented the movie in an almost complete form. Sadly, the movie does feel like the never shot footage was needed. It's worth checking out for Tony Todd and for general full moon cheesiness. But otherwise, Cutter's Club isn't great. but I heard that the effects were pretty good in it. Which usually with full moon, they will usually, what little they spend on their productions, it mostly goes into their effects. Fairest of them all. Now this sounds like another
Snow White.
Another public domain. Is it a horror though? Let's see here.
I think it's Snow White.
Yeah. The premise of the fairest of them all is simple. Take a bunch of recognizable fairy tale princesses, then pit them against each other in head-to-head death matches to see who survives. It sounds dumb, and it is dumb, but it has an indescribable no-budget charm that makes it unexpectedly entertaining. Not good, but entertaining. And in this picture, let's see, they have here Ariel, Belle, Alice, Cinderella, Snow White, Tinkerbell, and Sleeping Beauty, all forced to fight in the fairest of them all.
If you know what I was just thinking about as you were saying that,
made
me think of Steamboat Willie. Was it?
Yeah.
The three, the Cinderella, Snow White, and Ariel.
Yeah, the girls were dressed like princesses, and one of them was dressed like Princess Jasmine.
The Spanish girl's name was Ariel.
Yeah.
And then the hero was she dressed up as Minnie Mouse and killed him.
Yep.
Dumb movie. Spoiler alert.
Lookout follows Melissa as she begins her job as a fire lookout posted at a remote watchtower. Why did she choose this line of work? That's a mystery that is teased for the majority of this movie. Eventually, we get to see some sci-fi horror action, but it's all plotted very strangely, and it comes a little too late in the movie's runtime.
Yeah, can't do that.
Massacre at Femur Creek. Massacre at Femur Creek is a silly horror comedy made in the style of a retro slasher. The story is pretty simple. A mass killer slashes his way through a forest where a groom-to-be is reluctantly having a sad bachelor party thrown for him by his friends. Not all the comedy landed for me, but it's not bad as a no-budget slasher. It's giving probably mostly cutaways. Never Blink. Ew, what is this nastiness all over her arm? The best parts of Never Blink are all at the end of the movie, and the trek to get there isn't really worth it. The story involves a scientific study into an interdimensional pathway the human brain accesses whenever we blink. Even for made-up science fiction, there's not enough explanation to make this scenario interesting. There's a cool monster, but we don't see very much of it. The rest is a bit of a slog.
Oh.
Sorry. River of Blood comes in at 173.
Like 3 more, and then.
No, I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna push through, Dave. I got it. Unless you want to stop.
No, I'm talking about you because you're the one yawning.
I'm gonna push through it. Or should I reheat my coffee and then continue? I could put the ad bumper up again and reheat my coffee. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
If you can make it, if not, then I'll cover.
Yeah, thanks. Do that for me.
Right.
I'll take this down.
Take a break, ladies and gentlemen. So Lady Shasha gets some coffee. Is it decaf? Maybe it is. I don't know. Did she put the thing up? Anyways, she forgot to run the commercial.
I'm gonna run the commercial right now. I'm gonna maybe take a shot of Red Bull.
All right. Uh-oh.
I entertained you, made you smile, or helped you pass the time, please consider supporting this channel so that I can do that more. Horror channels often get suppressed and demonetized, but you can help in 3 ways: by pledging a monthly contribution on Patreon, sending a one-time tip using your preferred financial app, or you could help for free by liking and commenting for the algorithm, and most importantly, sharing this video on your social media. Thank you so much.
Now on with the show.
Let's see if she's back yet. I don't think she's back yet. Well, anyways, I'll just talk. And Lady Shasha bumper. There's one like the Michael Jackson Thriller where he's throwing the popcorn in his mouth. I used to do that as a kid, and then one time I tried to do it, and my mom slapped all the popcorn out of my hand because because I thought that was cool. But my mom was like, "You're eating like a cow. Stop it!" And she like slapped the popcorn out of my hand in the movie theater. It was really embarrassing. But yeah, I think she's back.
Yep, I'm back. I took a little shot, a little 2-3 teaspoon shot of Red Bull, and I got reheated my decaf coffee, and I'm gonna get through the last 27 of this list.
Did you hear anything I said?
I heard your mom smack the popcorn out of your hand because you were trying to eat it.
I was in the movie theater
like Michael Jackson.
Thriller. How he was throwing in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
She slapped the shit out of me.
At number 173, they have River of Blood.
I didn't even know that movie.
Nice title. It says, though it's marketed as a cannibal survival film, River of Blood feels more like a jungle adventure film with a strong emphasis on relationship drama. Then there's some cannibal action thrown in later in the movie. Yeah, that sounds like misleading. I don't like that. Bogeyville. Is this low on the list? I thought it would be much better.
Bogeyville?
Bogeyville. With the vampires and the trailer park. You remember that trailer?
Did we watch this?
No, we didn't watch it, but we saw the trailer.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised to see it this low on the list. It must not have. Let me see what they're saying about it. For a movie with scary-looking vampires and a story that seems to promise lots of action, Bogeyville is surprisingly slow. The vampire action is extremely limited, and most of the actual violence is either obscured or done off camera. It's also set in the American South, but the bizarre accents indicate that it definitely wasn't made there. It was made in England. The movie, I don't want to. Oh gosh, part of me wants to watch it to see the English people try to do Southern American accents. But, yeah, I'm surprised that this came. This is on. Are
you out your bloody mind?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even do it. Are you out your bloody mind?
Let's see what they have at 175. Simon Says. This is also probably public domain.
Yeah.
And also Simon Says kind of goes along with the Truth or Dare, Ouija movies. Yeah. 4 people arrive at a large house / small castle, only to find that they've all been romantically misled by someone they met online. They've been gathered to play a board game called Simon Says. See, didn't I tell you it was going to be like Truth or Dare or Ouija, that style movie?
Simon Says die or something stupid.
Yeah. It says if they don't play, they die. If they lose, they die. Well, it's actually a lot more complicated than that because a mysterious character named Simon has strange dimension-hopping powers. The character of Simon is fairly interesting, but the movie drags on way too slowly. The survival game takes a distant backseat to the players investigating everything around them, which knocks out a lot of potential fun of the premise. Next up, they have Robin. This was on my watch list. I totally forgot about this movie because I was going to review it after Megan 2.0.
Oh.
Robin is like 2 stories mashed together. As you're probably guessing, Robin is a companion robot who gets murderously possessive, somewhat similar to Megan. The specifics are quite different, but the influences are obvious. The other half of the story is a crime thriller with a twist, which I won't spoil here. The two stories don't really support each other well, and the twist muddles everything to leave the ending feeling thematically confused. Some of the kills are great, though. I'm here for a good kill. Let's see.
A good
here.
kill would not save a sucky movie. I'm sorry. Oh,
no,
shit.
St. Patrick's Day Massacre.
Hey, all right.
Now I know what I'm reviewing on
Is
St.
any
Patrick's
holiday
Day.
is any holiday safe anymore?
I'm trying to think. I don't think because there's a Memorial Day Massacre movie. I'm pretty sure.
There's Thanksgiving.
Labor Day. I don't think Labor Day they've done. Yeah, Thanksgiving killing they've got. Yeah. Many years ago, a killer was shot dead in a tavern in Dublin, Ireland. Today, a group of friends decided to celebrate St. Patrick's Day by staying in the very same tavern, despite being told that the killer's ghost still haunts and kills within the building. You can probably guess what happens next. St. Patrick's Day Massacre takes too long to get to the slashing. The killer looks good and creepy, but none of the story being built between the friends really matters once he arrives, except in one instance, two separate people. There's just too much downtime for a movie like this. Yeah, you've got to get to the slashing if you're going to slash. Movie Theater Massacre. Just the way this scene looks right here, it looks kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like you see where they're trying to give you a great wide shot, but there's something about the composition. It's the way that people are standing. You would not stand like this. It just doesn't look natural at all. No. They all look like they're posing, and it just doesn't look right.
He clearly tried to put The Shining in the middle of this photo.
Oh yeah, and Nosferatu on one side, and I can't make out what the third poster would be there.
That back up. Nosferatu.
Movie theater, yeah. Movie Theater Massacre is a comedic ode to movie theaters and the movie-going experience. Unfortunately, the plot is strangely convoluted for how thin it is. It is set up as a slasher movie with a masked killer, but then there's also a haunting involved, a small crime caper, and a plot thread about making a movie. Yeah, it's too much. Pick a lane. Pick a lane. Trying to do too much. It's not good. Look at where it is on this list. This list is going from the best of to the worst of. It's closer to the 200 mark than it is to the number one mark.
But this is subjective.
Yeah, it is subjective. Absolutely. All of this is subjective. Right. Werewolf Game. Not heard of this one. It's got Tony Todd in it. This is his final performance. I thought his final performance was in Bloodlines. Final Destination Bloodlines. I guess I was wrong. Werewolf Game is a live-action recreation of the social deduction game known as Werewolf or Mafia. A bunch of people are kidnapped, placed on an island, and forced to play a game. 2 people are secretly assigned to be werewolves, which means that each night they can kill someone. They're not actual werewolves, though they do receive neat masks. During the day, everyone, including the secret werewolves, vote for who they think is the killer. Whoever gets the most votes is executed. Oh, this is... I feel... Reading this is tedious. Imagine watching it. Shout out to Tony Todd, though.
Oh my God.
We're So Dead. We're So Dead seems to be aimed primarily at anyone who has worked in a restaurant, but also fans of slasher comedy. Why do they keep trying to make slasher comedies? Just make a straight up slasher movie. Y'all all can't be Wes Craven. Y'all are trying, but you can't do it. All right, let me continue. Terror in the Woods.
Listen to you.
Terror in the Woods is focused on a father's revenge for the death of his son many years ago, but it takes way too long for the revenge plot to kick in. There's not really any mystery for the audience, so the build-up to the good stuff feels like we're just waiting for something to happen, but in a tedious way, not a suspenseful one.
All right.
Look like he's holding hoses in his hands. So he kills at night.
All right.
On Christmas Eve, a killer on the run enters a woman's car and forces her to drive him out of the country. I would not watch this movie just based on that. He has no seatbelt on. Accelerate and then hit the brakes. He's hitting that windshield, baby. I sound like my uncle then.
Yeah. Wait, killer's in the backseat?
Yeah. Sitting in the middle there with no seatbelt on.
Yeah, what sounds dumb.
Yeah. Mutilator 2. Did I show you the Mutilator?
Probably not.
With the people they went to go stay at the one his father's beach house for fall break.
Fall break. Was there sex on the beach? But they were underneath the blanket. I think you did.
No, I think you're thinking of Maniac.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, whatever. Maniac, Mutilator, whatever. They all.
No, I gotta show you I gotta show you Mutilator. I think you would like Mutilator even better than Intruder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got that feel. It's from the early 80s. Not early 80s, mid 80s, 1984. Yeah, this is a Mutilator 2 by the same director. He decided to make a sequel 30 years or 40 years later. Yeah, with somebody born in 84. Someone born in 84 would be 42 years old. Can you imagine that? Someone born in 1984 would be 42 years old now. That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doc Hyde said, "Oh, wow, I'm late again. I made it for the end after it's been going for 3 hours. I had to wait until the boss left." Oh, no, that's no problem, Doc. We're talking about the worst movies of 2025, according to creepycatalog.com. And they have
still have another 17 to go.
Yeah, we have 17 more to go. But let's see what they're saying about Mutilator 2. Mutilator 2 takes a meta approach to a legacy sequel. The film takes place in a world where the Mutilator is just a movie, and a small crew is filming a remake. Then the killer shows up to the movie's wrap party. Sounds fine, right? Well, the majority of the film ends up being a mildly amusing comedy, if I'm being generous. And most of the kills are all bunched up to the end. As a bad slasher comedy, Mutilator 2 is okay. Into the Gravel Pit.
Yeah, no.
It says Into the Gravel Pit isn't technically an anthology horror movie, but it sure does feel like one. A big reason for that is because of how disconnected its various plot threads are. One side of the story is about 3 friends who take a mysterious drug as a bonding experience. However, they separate from each other immediately, and I'm already bored. I'm bored reading this. I'm scrolling on. Kill Streak. In Kill Streak, 6 streamers are pulled into an online game. However, once they begin, they cannot stop. If they die in the game, or if they try to quit, they die for real.
All right.
Isn't this like a live scream?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like live scream. Sadly, the movie's editing undermines just about anything good that the movie attempts to do. The editing makes the movie feel awkward and weirdly quiet, and it's an issue that never goes away. The Plastic Men. A Vietnam veteran suffering from PTSD suffers intense hallucinations in this dark psychological drama. Ultimately, The Plastic Men ends up feeling like a feature-length montage rather than a fully fleshed out movie. Scenes are often short, time skips rapidly, and much of the movie is heavily narrated. It results in a disconnect from the story's intended emotions. Yeah. No Tears in Hell. Alex is a serial killer and a cannibal, and his mother always cleans up his mess. No Tears in Hell has the potential to be an interesting serial killer character study, but the glacial pacing and the lack of tension make the whole experience underwhelming. Bait. In Bait, a family of 4 is abducted and kept locked in a room where they are to be fed to a monster. Most of the story focuses on the family's attempts to reason with their captor and find a way out of their predicament. There's really not a lot going on, though, and the movie ends up feeling like a short film stretched out to feature length. That's what it's giving. There's people in a room. Yeah, no. The Nighttime World.
Some of these names just sound like
I see why they're on the worst stuff. Oh my gosh. The Nighttime World is a horror anthology film consisting of 4 story segments, all of which involve a vampire of some sort. One of the stories takes the vampire theme in an unusual direction. As with many anthology films, the segments vary in quality. 2 of the stories are good and 2 not so much. So then the Nighttime World is 50-50 as far as entertainment goes. Let's see. Doc says Live Scream was good and Live Screamers was even better. Yeah, I have to watch Live Screamers. We saw Live Scream, but we didn't see the sequel yet. Funky Life says the trailer for He Kills at Night makes the killer look so annoying. Mouse of Horrors. See, that's another one. We didn't watch Mouse of Horrors. We watched, I want to say we watched Steamboat Willie's was the one that we watched. Mouse of Horrors. Yeah, we watched a couple of them.
There was one they were in an arcade.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Yeah. Mouse of Horrors isn't the first slasher movie to take advantage of Steamboat Willie being in the public domain, but as of its release, it's the best. The bar was set pretty low in 2024, but truthfully, Mouse of Horrors does have something to offer. The mouse, who is credited as the killer, but everyone just calls him the mouse, has a fun design, and his kills are nicely brutal. But the inclusion of a certain yellow bear is distractingly goofy, and a Bride of Frankenstein subplot is mostly unnecessary. And don't even get me started on CGI. There's a mix of practical and digital effects, but the CGI ruins every scene it's used in. It's really bad. The rest of the movie is fine in a mindless slasher with questionable production value kind of way.
All right.
The Last Cabin. Presented as found footage, The Last Cabin puts a small location scouting crew in a cabin where masked strangers target them for harassment and death. That sounds like The Strangers. It's a simple story that gets to the action quickly enough, but many scenes feel like they're being stretched for time without much in the way of fear or tension. The editing also leaves some big gaps in the viewer's ability to believe that the events we're watching are actually happening. There are obvious cuts and scenes that are supposed to be continuous. Camera locations don't always match where they should realistically be. Shiver Me Timbers. We did see, I want to say we saw Shiver Me Timbers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we saw both of them.
This shouldn't be so low on this list. This should be way higher. Shiver Me Timbers should be way higher. Shiver Me Timbers is one of the multiple Popeye-themed horror movies released in 2025. It's one that doesn't, it should absolutely not be in the top 10. It should be like around the 70s, 170.
Yeah.
Shiver Me Timbers is one of the multiple Popeye-themed horror movies released in 2025, and it's one that doesn't use the property for much more than grabbing attention. It's about a group of campers who are stalked and slaughtered by an old sailor who is turned into a monster by a meteorite. It's overloaded with cheesy CGI, and it tries to be too hard to be extreme in a so bad is good kind of way. Whisper of the Witch. Definitely didn't hear about this one. But they were like giving out these white contact lenses in 2025 for like, what, buy one, get one free? Because I'm so tired of seeing these white contact lenses in all these movies.
I know someone who did a makeup tutorial and had white contact lenses, didn't they?
No, my contacts were yellow.
Oh, okay. I thought
they were I got the contacts that were designed to look a little bit more like Reagan's eyes in The Exorcist.
All right.
When a teenage boy is found dead after entering a supposedly haunted house, a detective with a connection to the house is on the case. Whisper of the Witch is essentially a murder mystery with horror elements, but the mystery isn't great and the horror is somewhat bland. I Curse This Land. A woman buys a pub, but she's trying to get the business going. She must also deal with a curse placed on the land by a witch. I Curse This Land is rather slow to get going, so even though the ending is fine, you might turn it off before you get there. A Hard Place. I'm just looking at the image like, what is that? This is another low-budget movie where ambitions outstretched means. A Hard Place follows a group of criminals as they try to find a place to lay low, but end up in the middle of a war between armies of two types of monsters. There's so much happening and there are so many characters that actual drama is almost non-existent. Stage dramatic moments feel wholly unearned. The movie might be fun for fans of super low-budget monsters, though. It says there are a lot of practical effects in A Hard Place, though CGI is also used extensively. Wilting Rose comes at 196. Sorry. Wilting Rose is about a woman, Rose, who is mourning the loss of her husband. As she listens to recordings he made, their story begins to come together like a vague memory. Wilting Rose is probably too ambitious for its own good, which makes it difficult to summarize succinctly. What I can say is that it sets up many dark moments that dip into psychological and supernatural horror, but in the end, the story is mostly just frustrating. You know, they didn't put much thought into it if this is the promotional picture they have. Like, that does not make me want to watch the movie. Unholy Song. And it says, do not play. Of course, they're going to play it. Unholy Song is cursed with being anticlimactic. Certain elements are built up to, but then the movie cuts away and the climactic action is simply explained by a character. That's not good. The final showdown with an evil spirit unleashed from an audio tape. So it's like The Ring, but with a cassette tape. Just sorts of stops without an ending. Beyond the lack of excitement and closure, the dialogue is often stilted, and occasional CGI effects can be unintentionally funny. Positives include the idea of a curse tape. Like, it's not a tape that recites curse words, it's actually a tape that is cursed. And it even creates a fun tape demon for a brief moment. Also, the movie's priest using a skull-shaped spray bottle for holy water is amazing. I don't know. This one sounds like it possibly could be so bad that it's good. Not sure.
Yeah, you are the only one that does that.
We're rounding out. We're getting the last three here. Into Nightmares. An old man taken to a nursing home begins suffering from sleep paralysis, in which he sees a dark presence. It is all in his head. Oh, is it all in his head, or is something sinister really happening? The idea is sound, but the acting and directing are so stiff that it's difficult to enjoy the story. And again, with the white contact lenses.
That's why I'm like, how are you describing these?
Shadows of the Past. Shadows of the Past is an anthology horror film made up of 3 story segments and a framed story that ties everything together. The overall theme involves supernatural scares with vengeful spirits, and the stories are being told by an old man whose house is broken into by 4 criminal teens looking for a place to hide. Tales from the Hood much? The criminals came to the mortuary and the man told the story. Okay. The movie has...
Is that the one? Is that the one that you keep quoting?
What? Oh, yes, you'll get the shit.
Yeah, if you want the shit, oh, yes, you'll get the shit.
Yes. The movie has a homemade feel to it that looks like it was fun to make, but will have limited appeal for most wider audiences.
Yeah, like me.
And then the worst movie they have for the year here. Oh, no, it's going beyond 200. I thought it was only going to 200.
Oh, fuck. Just go to 200. Unless you find anything interesting.
The Monster Beneath Us. From a visual standpoint, The Monster Beneath Us is excellent. The movie is set in a gorgeous historical mansion in Yorkshire, England, and is usually filmed beautifully. However, the story that takes place inside the mansion trudges along so slowly that many viewers will lose interest before anything interesting happens. The film is about a mother and a son who move into a house where there is a literal monster in the basement. The boy develops a strange connection with the creature, but all of that amounts to is just a lot of talking and a lot of walking around in dark hallways. There's not much here.
Yeah, these sound stupid.
Night Carnage. Look at his mask. This looks like a leftover. This looks like a leftover costume from the 90s.
Yeah.
Night Carnage focuses like someone found this costume in an old studio wardrobe closet. But it says Night Carnage focuses on 3 main characters: a vampire who feeds on women after dates, a romance blogger who is also a werewolf, and a newly recruited monster hunter. The issue is these 3 characters don't interact until extremely late in the movie, and the rest of the time feels like nothing much is happening. The why did they put Weed Hacker Massacre? Weed Whacker Massacre sounds so much better.
Yeah, I'm more partial to Weedy Whacker.
Did I show you the Nail Gun Massacre?
No.
It's a great 80s. Well, it's great subjective, meaning that it's kind of so bad that it's good. But the Nail Gun Massacre, I'll have to show that to you someday. It's a lot of fun.
You're trying to torture me.
You won't be tortured because you'll be laughing.
Okay.
The Weed Hacker Massacre is about a low-budget film crew making a movie about a killer on the grounds where the killer performed a mass murder years ago. This is a slasher comedy with a strong emphasis on absurd humor, and it just didn't work for me. Yeah, this is something that could work, but you know, you got to do it right.
Hatchet and all those had absurd humor too.
Yes, they did.
That's the one.
Popeye's Revenge. That was a decent one. I mean, for the kills, not for the movie. It had its slow, boring parts, but the kills weren't.
He kept crushing people with his because he got big forearms. He kept crushing his skulls.
Yes, he was crushing skulls. Popeye's Revenge is a derivative cabin in the woods slasher movie that just happens to have someone who looks like Popeye as a villain. The kills are okay, but that's really the only thing of note in this by the numbers micro-budget slasher. Well, I did find the ending hilarious, at least. I definitely didn't hear about this when Revenge of the Boogeyman came out this year.
Okay. I haven't seen Boogeyman.
You haven't seen any of the Boogeyman movies? Because there's been multiple Boogeyman movies
Hell no.
throughout the years.
Revenge of the Boogeyman.
Because they're fun. Revenge of the Boogeyman. They're kind of like Darkness Falls. That was kind of in a Tooth Fairy. The Boogeyman movies kind of feel like those.
You know what you're telling me right now? I just hear blah 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 shit movie, blah blah shit movie. Is it better than the Cockadoo the Poopy Man?
You mean the Bye Bye Man?
That one.
I would say that the Boogeyman movies are probably a little better than the Bye Bye Man. Minky Latte says the trailer for I read that one already. She says he kills the drivers if they don't drive when he could just take their car. From the Kills at Night trailer. Okay, it says Revenge of the Boogeyman is a horror comedy that is neither horrific nor very funny. Okay, so that's not the same type of Boogeyman movies I'm talking about. The plot revolves around Calvin, who is half-heartedly trying to get sober with the help of his friends. While staying at a cabin in the woods, Calvin has strange experiences which eventually lead to him and his friends becoming the target of the Ridgefield Boogeyman. The story feels aimless much of the time, and even the few moments of good low-budget gore don't help make it fun to watch.
Nope. Still don't want to see.
Bloat was this far down? This was on my watch list too. I can't believe Bloat was this far down. I thought it was going to be decent. Did you watch Bloat?
I don't think so.
It's
another vampire?
No, it's a found footage, but I don't know if it's vampire or not. Ben McKenzie stars in Bloat as Jack, a father separated from his wife and two sons while he works, and they go on vacation to Tokyo. Jack keeps up with his family through video calls on his work computer, which is also where he investigates a mysterious illness that his youngest son contracts. Jack's investigation leads him to believe that his son's issues are supernatural, which compels him to take action. Bloat has an okay, if simplistic, basic idea, but the screen life format does not do it justice at all. The format makes the drama and horror feel too far away and muted. Yeah, it's a screen life style found footage, like Host or Missing. Okay. Now, how far are they going up? I thought it was only going to, let's see here. Return of the Corn Zombies.
Yeah, we're getting.
I'm not even going to read this. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. Desert Fiends. Look at these bags on their heads. Stupid. Piglet. That's a spinoff of the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. So now Piglet is also a killer. But why would they go with Piglet? I feel like Tigger would make a better slasher. And
why?
Funnier.
Because he has ADHD?
Yes, and he can hook also. Wait, is this also part of like Peter Pan?
Maybe.
His female friends rent a house for a party that end up getting stalked and slashed by a killer inspired by a public domain children's story. If this sounds a lot like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and Piglet, then yes, you've got it. The plots are all extremely similar, even down to some the same story beats. This time around, a drug addict with a hook for a hand is stalking the daughter of his former obsession, Wendy. The best part of the movie, when lines are clearly misspoken, yet they're kept in the movie.
Yeah.
Let me hold on. Let me go back up to what was that stupid ass movie? Return of the Corn Zombies. Is there a corn zombie movie for them to be a Return of the Corn Zombies? The movie follows a group of survivors in a corn-based zombie apocalypse, and it's one of those zombie movies that focus on how humans are the real monsters. Okay, now let me go down. Buried Alive. In Buried Alive, police chase a trio of criminals into an old mine where they all become trapped. As they look for a way out, they stumble into an old military facility where they're subject to horrific experiments. It sounds more fun than it is, though, because it's mostly just feels tedious. That's a shame. Hippo's Revenge? How come I didn't know about this one?
Oh my god.
Hippo's Revenge. Needed more hippo-based revenge. It's a crime thriller about criminals trying to steal a mother hippopotamus away from her baby in a safari park. Most of the movie focuses on the crime caper and family drama in the park's owner and his daughter. The goofy CGI hippo attacks are few and far between. Yeah, I mean, you got to have a lot of hippo attacks if you want to make something like this work.
You know what I don't see on this list?
What?
Maybe it wasn't 2024, but that fucking Dead Marsh Raccoon.
Oh yeah.
You like that movie?
I did like that. I like the first one better. The I forgot what it's called. Something Marsh Raccoon. I have to find
Marsh.
It. Is it Dead Marsh? I don't think it's Dead Marsh. I think it's called something else Marsh.
No, it's Dead Marsh.
A Breed Apart is insulting in its awfulness. The action pretty much always involves some level of AI, with some shots appearing to be 100% AI generated. And it looks terrible. Besides that, the movie doesn't make any sense. I like most of the actors, though, so there's that. When It Rains in LA. When It Rains in LA seems confused about the style of movie it wants to be. Is it a cursed object movie, a slasher movie, a crime thriller, a whodunit mystery, a romance? It's sort of all these things, but none of them are done particularly well. There are some unintentionally funny moments, but even those aren't enough to warrant recommendation here. I'm going to go down to the bottom. What? Oh, that was the last one. Okay. So we only had one left. 214. That's it? Yeah. Don't Make a Sound. This is the worst movie on their list of the year. Don't Make a Sound takes way too long to get going. And once it finally starts moving, it doesn't go anywhere terribly interesting. The plot involves a girl being chased through the woods by a killer in a hazmat suit and mask. And that's about all there is to it. The girl being chased has a small backstory, but nothing really matters. Murders happen at random whenever the killer sees someone, and the finale wraps everything up in the tropiest of ways. So that's their worst of list.
Okay.
Wow, there's so many horror movies out this year that I had never freaking heard of.
Yeah. I agree.
Jeez. But I did find some to get caught up on. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies I found that I want to watch before making my worst of list. And I only have like 2.5 weeks, I guess, to get caught up on these. Maybe if I watch one every night when I'm in bed before I go to sleep, I can get caught up. But
how do you know though? How do you know that you must stay awake?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like watching movies in bed because I typically fall asleep if I'm trying to watch a movie in bed.
Then you wake up and it's over and you're like, damn it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Doc Kaiju says, I started watching Haunted House of Pancakes last night. And I'm loving it so far, although the name is misleading. Should be waffles, not pancakes. Wow, I have not heard of that. Haunted House of Pancakes.
You just gave her another movie.
Yep. But let's get out of here so I actually can rest because I am so tired. I'm sure you could hear it in my voice. My voice is getting hoarse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to get up early. Both of us have to get up early tomorrow. So thank you all for coming through to this special edition of Horror Week. I'm probably going to change the title to like Horror Week Extra or Special Edition Horror Week because we ended up talking about other things besides just the worst of movies. But we still got to those worst of horror according to creepycatalog.com. With that, I will say have a good weekend. Yes. Doc says, good night, all. You were a champ, Lady Shasha. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And with that, I will get out of here. I'm going to play my outro, and we will get gone. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night.